We don't even have it anymore.
No. I miss it. It's a little bit ahead of my time for me to understand it.
Sure,
as I got older and in college and just sat on the couch and get stoned, I'm like, oh, this is kind of funny.
Yeah, Seinfeld. It makes no sense right now for a lot of people. I mean, Alex Gold looks at it and goes, I don't understand.
Well, I had actually a Seinfeld moment.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you know the episode, the barber episode.
Okay.
Where he's loyal to his barber.
Oh, yeah.
I lived that.
Yeah. Oh, I did too.
Like,
yeah.
We have a wonderful job where like people are like, oh man, like you should come to my, because there's a couple places in downtown Lee Summit. I've had the same barber for 15 years.
Yeah, that's great.
Can't leave him.
Can't do it.
Won't leave him.
Won't do it. No.
I know these guys are cool. I know these other people are awesome. And they're like, yeah, just come check it out. I'm like, man, I can't. And there's a Seinfeld episode about that.
Yeah, there is.
I had a meeting with a Surfside guy yesterday, and he was like, I told him that story. He's like, it's a Seinfeld barber episode. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, see, we all kind of live these like episodes. I'm like, I think that's why the show is relevant. It doesn't hold up.
Right.
Right. Like phones and the way they do things and all that. But like, yeah, it's funny that you can relate to that because of those things.
Oh, yeah. And like every
Larry
episode.
David moments that happen with you.
Happen all the time. Yeah, they happen all the time. I mean, you find yourself in these predicaments every day, and you're like, geez, okay, fine. I feel like I'm Larry David in this situation. And I'll tell you, the older I get, the more I do feel like Larry David is just, I don't care anymore.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm
used to care, used to care. Now I'm like, I don't care anymore. Why are you parked in that handicap spot? You have no business to be there other than you're driving a silver minivan and you feel like that's your parking spot.
That's what really hit things off with Vrabel and Rossini was that conversation. He's like, I go to Starbucks and there'd be like this person he parked in the handicap parking lot, so I waited.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry, sir, I'm a DoorDasher. He goes, I don't care.
Yeah.
And she's like, what else did you do? And he's like, okay, I got her.
Yeah.
3 years later. I mean, there's audio of that conversation.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
One of the many that have come out.
That's like the ones where like, you go back and watch like The Usual Suspects, and you're like, wait a minute. Okay, Diana Rossini is Kaiser Soze.
You're right, exactly.
She doesn't walk with a limp.
Yep.
Speaking of walking with a limp, you think Garrett Crochet's? Wow.
I thought again, we got like, who's that insider for baseball who had Arson Judge? Bob Nightingale, right?
Okay,
I thought he misspoke on Twitter again, that Garrett Crochet was as bad as he was last night.
Like, I've never seen a parlay die faster than mine last night.
Oh, did you have Garrett Crochet part of a parlay?
When the Royals don't play, I'm always like, okay, it's Monday. Let's see what aces are out there.
Right, sure.
So Skeens pitched yesterday, and Crochet pitched yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And Skeens is over under in strikeouts with 6.5. He doesn't hit. See you later.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, Garrett Crochet. We'll do that. They're playing the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Right.
It's their ace. I'll take 8 strikeouts and Boston to win. And then I get on my phone after I'm like kind of getting things adjusted, and it's like Garrett Crochet had a rough evening. And I'm like, the game started 10. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's done.
1 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, 3 walks, 0 strikeouts, 2 homers, with a 7.58 ERA.
That's a good day.
And that's the second best pitcher in the American League is in a funk, dude.
It really is. I was counting today. I think
BBL stinky.
Big time.
Yeah, I think there's 8 teams at 500 or better in the American League right now. And look, the Yankees were running away with this thing. They're now back to 9-7. Their game last night was epically awesome. I don't know if you saw any of this game, but I mean, it was back and forth, home run, trading for home run. Trout hits a home run.
Angels. Yeah, Trout tied it up.
Yeah, Trout ties it up. Judge gives him the lead. I mean, it was crazy last night watching that game. So you got the Yankees and the Orioles and the Rays that are all above 500. The Twins and the Guardians are above 500, and the Rangers are above 500. The Athletics are at 500. Yeah, this American League right now is all muddied. Like, nobody's doing anything in the American League, and that's good for the Royals at this point in time. Like they're kind of treading water and doing all that kind of stuff, but nobody's doing anything right now over in the American League. But I can't imagine having Garrett Crochet lit up like that by your first place. Let me say that your first place, Minnesota Twins. The Boston Red Sox too. Also, I mean, I don't know if you're following closely to the Red Sox. They stink right now. I mean, they were 2-8, I think, to start the season, and so that is an organization right now that's probably having the worst start of the season than anybody in Major League Baseball, based on the fact that they're 4 under 500 at this point.
I would call your worst and raise you the Detroit Tigers.
Okay, that's fair. I guess
the Tigers are the worst team in baseball.
Well, they're 7-9 right now.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, the White Sox are worse than the Tigers. Tigers. They're tied with the Royals at 7-9. That's why this series is so big right now.
Maybe it's the Tigers have
for
the
the
worst
Royals.
pitching in baseball.
They might. I don't know, but
I haven't heard a whole lot about Skubal this year.
No, you haven't. The only thing that is starting to leak out about Skubal is when are they going to trade him? When are the trade talks going to start? Because if the Tigers continue on this stretch at 2 games under 500, obviously the same record as the Royals, then if you're the Tigers, you have to seriously consider trading Tarek Skubal. You've got to get something back in return because I don't think there's any way that Detroit's going to sign him, in the offseason. I think the Mets have already written up the contract and paid him the check, like as seed money, earnest money when you buy a house type thing,
Right.
So, Detroit's got some problems. They need to figure some things out.
So we talked about this, I think, what was it, on Thursday or Friday? I think it was Thursday when we were talking about the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you guys that sometimes the golf nerd in me gets a little out of control because you'll kind of understand who's fighting at the top for for the tournament. And we were kind of, everybody's watching Rory. You get lost in the translation of like Rory kind of going for back-to-back titles.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're kind of like, well, what's Scotty Scheffler doing? Well, what Scotty Scheffler did on Sunday was make a ton more money with the way he plays.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling you guys. Like, you can watch guys on the course and they'll go to a random shot of a guy finishing a putt to go from maybe 21st to 11th. And you're like, well, what's significant about that? Like, why would they show that shot? Because that was probably a $2.5 million putt.
Mm-hmm.
So Scotty was 4 under during his last round to move up to second on the leaderboard. The difference in those positions was monumental in terms of payouts. The 7th place spot came with earnings just under $754,000.
I'd take that.
Yeah, you would. Second, however, was paid $2.43 million. So the momentum he gained to get to that spot, he gained $1.6 million.
Yeah. I know, it's great. It's unbelievable, right? How much money he gained by moving up a couple of spots. And then you look at people who had the opportunity to win money and didn't win some money, like Sam Burns. He was around, he was a third place earner. He would have been third place. He would have made $1.5 million, left with $725 after he tied for seventh, man. Lost $804,000.
Cut it in half.
I mean, Shane Lowry, look at what he did. He had an opportunity to finish in fourth, would have won $1.08 million. Cashed in at $146K, lost $934,000. Those are the things I think that stand out. Like, again, this is not golf, right? This is the Masters we're talking about. But we're also talking about good days and bad days in life and how things can change on a dime and why every moment and every shot and everything you do really does matter. You look at these golfers, one shot here or one shot there, guys, the difference is hundreds of thousands of dollars in this thing.
And then you could take the Terrell Hatton story, who might have been, as Max termed to me in a text message, was the wettest golfer out there today.
For a second, he was.
Yeah, 15th position was paid $405,000, which is where he was.
Mm-hmm.
He finished third because of the way he moved up the leaderboard. For a $1.08 million, he netted $675,000.
Awesome! How cool is that?
It's like the opposite of Shane Lowry.
Yes,
and that's what's so great about this sport is you make the cut, you're paid.
Yeah.
Which goal number one, make the cut. But then you kind of know probably by midway through Saturday where you are, unless you're one of the world's greatest, like Scotty or Rory or guys like that. But say you're like 10 shots off the lead going into Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But if you shoot 5 under, you're a top 10 finish. You're netting $500,000.
That's awesome.
Just on a good day on the course.
Yeah.
Even though you're probably going to go home with $250,000, but it's going to be a lot better when you go home and tell your wife, hey, I got 10th place, didn't win. But daddy gained $500,000, finished 10th. Get in the room.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a different sort of sport when it comes to stuff like that, which is just interesting to see, like, when it gets to that Sunday, why these guys are frustrated, even though they're 9 strokes off the lead, but they bogeyed the last hole. It's like, that's a $200,000 putt. And that to me is like the mind-blowing thing about why golf is unique.
Yeah, it's awesome. And there's a lot of money tied up in it, obviously. And you say it is unique. I mean, I'm thinking about like when you win the Super Bowl, you get a check. Each team gets a check around $150,000. These golfers are making more playing golf than anybody winning the Super Bowl. That's why I said, I think it was last week, the Masters is the greatest thing to win. I mean, there's nothing even comparable to being a champion at the Masters with everything that comes along with it, including the cash. And, the NFL is this cash cow and this cash king, and they generate all kinds of money. and they're only giving the winners of each Super Bowl team $150,000. And so you look around and you go, damn, I mean, these NFL players are kind of getting screwed when it comes to the golf world. And I know it's team versus individual, but again, winning the Super Bowl championship for you only gets you $150K. Winning the Masters for me gets me $4 or $5 million or whatever it is. Give me the Masters.
You're also not even thinking about what these golfers get paid in endorsements.
In endorsements, yeah.
I mean, every polo they wear can tell you where they're getting money from.
Yep.
And plus, I'm sure, like we have, if we finish in a certain position, there's a bonus that comes with it.
Sure.
Just like if Nike's like, hey, man, if you're in the top 5 in this tournament, we'll give you an extra whatever it is because your T-shirt is going to be on TV constantly, and we're going to see that. Like, Nike's greatest thing they ever got was Tiger's shot of your life where it rolls slowly and the Nike swoosh just sits there. They're going, perfect.
Yep.
Because what did Nike do as soon as Rory won the Masters? Hit him with a commercial right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
And that's money.
Money.
Coming up next, we'll get into what the Royals need and what the Chiefs' predictions could be. We'll get into that on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Fellas, you know what time of the year it is. It's the season of love. Sex, intimacy, and love are essential to fulfilling relationships. Erectile dysfunction, though, can take a serious toll on all of that, stealing enjoyment, weakening intimacy, and placing stress on partners that can feel overwhelming. But ED doesn't have to continue impacting your relationship. Remember, men, it's not just about you. We all understand how important sex is in a relationship for you and for your partner. Erectile dysfunction can take that away, often creating serious strain on the relationship as well. That's why you should go see my people over at Heartland Men's Health. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to the sex, intimacy, and love and bring you closer together. Heartland Men's Health has 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and North Kansas City. Call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
If the high cost of filling up is weighing you down, lighten your load at Hy-Vee. This Saturday and Sunday, get a 30-cent per gallon fuel discount with every $60 purchase. Stock up on groceries and stack up the fuel savings. Earn 30 cents per gallon with your $60 purchase. 60 cents per gallon with a $120 purchase. The more you spend, the more you'll save. Your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss the 2-day Fuel Saver event this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
With 2 kids and 4 sports, sometimes we don't even have time to eat, and that means sometimes we can't get to the store. That's when Hy-Vee saves the day. We love ordering our groceries online and having them delivered. It saves us so much time, and it's easy. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee does all the shopping. All I have to do is pick up my order or have it delivered to my home, which is free, by the way, with my Perks Plus membership. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where fine jewelry is always crafted with care no matter the price. Mother's Day, birthdays and graduations, weddings and anniversaries, the new job you got, and even the one you didn't. Give a birthstone necklace, a heart-shaped locket made in Italy, or high-quality diamond studs you can trade up every year. At Shane Company, we have something for everyone, because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring is here, and as the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circus Sports. From baseball to basketball to hockey, Circus Sports has it all. Circus Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circus Sports has you covered. And don't miss out on the special Royals props for every game. Download Circus Sports app or visit circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For 75 years, Kansas City families have trusted Anthony for comfort, safety, and dependable service. Thank you for trusting us with your house keys. Anthony, in your home for 75 years.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric on the Missouri side. 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown. It's a 12-minute trip. Replacing your HVAC doesn't have to be an emergency. Plan now, pay less later. When you plan ahead, you get more options, better scheduling, and less stress. Schedule today at anthonyphce.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
You like a baseball number, Dusty? I got a baseball number for you. This one ought to be get down in your plums. 9 is the number from yesterday in baseball. 9.
Yeah, I think I maybe my guess would be teams that won by double digits.
No, the number of players to record a multi-home run game yesterday. 9 different players hit multiple home runs yesterday. Before yesterday, no day in April or March ever in baseball history has produced more than 6 multi-home run games. We saw it last night all around baseball. Judge had a couple. Trout had a couple.
The kid from Pittsburgh, he had a couple. What's his name? He's the guy they acquired in the offseason.
Oh, yeah. The guy they signed in the offseason.
I think it's Brandon Lau.
You said it was been no more than 6.
Yeah.
And yesterday was 9.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
Does that mean
It's
the
wild,
offenses are starting to wake up?
Maybe a little bit. You would hope so. I mean, speaking of offenses waking up, did you see the Orioles manager take a line drive right in the face in the dugout? I mean, that has to be one of the scariest things ever, sitting in the dugout and having a screaming line drive come and hit you in the face. But, 9 guys. Hopefully they are starting to heat up a little bit. The temperatures are getting a little bit warmer around there right now, around baseball, around Kansas City. So, hopefully we're starting to swing now into the middle of April and we get some warm weather and guys start to perform, because you don't want to see guys not hit. We want to see guys hit home runs.
Well, yeah, offense sells.
Yeah, exactly.
People tell you the Royals game's been brutal to watch. It's not because they're losing every game. It's because it's 2-0 or 3-1.
Right.
And people are just like, oh, man, watch the whole game again.
Mm-hmm.
5 total runs. So bet the unders.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to. Yeah, I saw that there was a lot of offense yesterday because what that Yankees game was in this, it was 7-7 when Trout tied it.
Yeah, it was like 4-2, 4-4, 7-7, 8-8, 10-10. What is going on here? This is nuts.
And then you had Pittsburgh blasted Washington.
Yeah.
They were, I think, at one point like 15-1.
Yeah, it ended up being like 16-5 or something.
Obviously,
like that.
Minnesota put an 11 spot on Crochet in Boston. So
Guardians put up 9.
Yeah, so it was a big offensive production last
Yeah,
night.
huge night last night. Rangers put up 8 against the Athletics. Marlins put up 10 against the Braves yesterday, too.
So there are, how do you say this? There are ways I think that like baseball teams get a spark.
Mm-hmm.
And we always, the lazy way is to say they need the big home run.
Right.
Right. And it's not shy conversation that the Royals could use that sort of whatever it is. I think in 2014, and maybe I'm wrong here because this goes back 12 years now.
Jeez.
Yeah. What I think sparked the Royals and their sort of arrival was the feud with the White Sox.
It did. It helped. Yeah, big time.
When Kane looks like Beavis.
Yeah, Kane
right?
Holio.
Yeah.
I am the great Kane Holio.
That was a funny picture. But, like, I feel like that was something where they were like, because the White Sox aren't a major market team, right? I mean, they're in Southside Chicago. It's a good, big market in Chicago, obviously. But, like, they're not Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, those type of teams, Boston.
They're a second-class citizen in their own town.
But they were your division team.
Yeah.
And they were kind of pissed at you. You were pissed at them.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't believe you.
Right.
The Royals were a very annoying team because they were ticky-tacky. They just kept the line moving. We know that cliche. That's all they ever said. Get on, move them over, score them in.
Yep.
And that's what they did. And it was like, who the hell is this Mike Moustakas guy? And why is he beating us? Who is Lorenzo Cain? Like, they got him in a trade. Nobody knew who he was in Milwaukee.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, winning game after game after game. They're going through these 10-game stretches where they're winning 8, they're winning 7, and they're constantly. And then the White Sox are like, all right, here we go. We've always kind of been the bad guys in the Central.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, remember when the first base coach gets jumped by fans in Southside Chicago?
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Guile comes out with a baseball in his hand. Crazy moment of my life. And
you weren't there at Kauffman Stadium at 3 a.m. when they arrived home, and Gamboa gets off the bus with a black eye, and we're out there covering this thing, man.
Hell yeah, Larry.
Get out to the stadium. We got to see Tom Gamboa. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, Tom. And so I don't know if maybe that's the fire that starts, or if it is, say tonight they're in Detroit and Bobby gets on, Garcia's on, and Vinny cracks one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what they need. Maybe a shakeup in the lineup is what they need. Or maybe they need Matt Catrero to, like, spear somebody like Walt Weiss did.
Well, and that's what they're doing in Atlanta right now. I mean, they're turning that moment where Walt Weiss tackled, Soler to the ground. They've turned it into a label for a bottle of wine. And the whole team is rallying around this. And Walt Weiss dove into the middle of that pile, and Chris Sale printed that photo of him shooting into the pile, and they slapped it on a bottle of wine, and they gave it to him in front of the whole team. Standing ovation and all. That's how you earn a clubhouse, is what they said. And so I think that's something that you need. And this is going to carry, I think, the Atlanta Braves all season long because, as you mentioned with the Royals, little moments like that bring these teams together. They galvanize these teams. And, 2014, they talk about the speech from, Raul Ibanez helping them out as well. And, 2015, you had the A's situation at the beginning of the year where they were trying to, throw at us and all that kind of stuff. And the Royals weren't putting up with anybody's BS. And so that brought those teams together. Fights tend to do that if they're done, the right way. And it looks like this one with Atlanta was clearly done, quote unquote, the right way. You got your manager coming out there like a heat-seeking missile and tackling a dude that's like 7 feet to the ground. And now your whole team's behind you, because one of the biggest things about leadership, and I was reading something from former Royal Clint Hurdle, who was a manager for many years in baseball. He's now on Twitter, and he puts out a lot of interesting stuff. And I was reading one of the things that he said yesterday about leadership, and one of the 3 qualities of leadership he talked about, he goes, you got to know that the players got to know that you've got their back, and you are there for them, and they will go to battle for you if they know that you're there for them. That Atlanta Braves team is going to do everything that Walt Weiss says from here on out, and they know that he has their back. And look at what they've done. They've been playing great baseball for the better part of the 3 weeks that this season has been going on. Maybe that's what the Royals need, a little spark like that to bring this team together,
I think baseball is a game of moments and what you do in that said moment, right? I think that the Braves, the way they got their spark was they were done with Soler. And that pitcher was like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to send him a message because, call my bluff. Well, Soler did. And then Walt Weiss was, because we had Q on talking about it. He's like, well, Walt's a big dude. Like, he's jacked. And he's like, Walt Weiss's post-game interview was, yeah, Soler was the biggest dude. He could do damage, and I had to get him out of there as soon as I can, and I knew how to do it.
Right.
That was their moment. Sometimes your moment is a walk-off home run. Sometimes your moment is a diving play in the outfield to secure a game. I remember when Gerard Dyson would make a few of those in center field. In late games, they'd put him out there for speed. He'd run all the way to the track. You're like, oh, my God. Okay, caught it. Backflip. Here we are. Zoom, whatever. And the Royals, carried off that. So, yeah, maybe it is a big hit. Maybe it is a big altercation. Maybe it is a blowout win. Who knows what that did for the Twins last night?
Right, exactly.
I mean, you did that against Garrett Crochet, the second or best pitcher in the American League. I mean, I would listen to your argument between him and Skubal.
Right.
I really would. And when those things happen, that's what carries it. And the other part of your conversation, which is leadership in the locker room, right now is where you're not playing the game that you want to play right now for the Royals, but you also have a game to play within that locker room. And that is the game of trust and, the loyalty of that. Because we sit here yesterday, or I did, and criticize what the 3 and 4 hitters are doing. Baseball is a fraternity, and these guys have more feelings than most other athletes in sports.
Sure they do.
Because the longevity of the team, I mean, shoot, man, they're together from February to October, right? And so they have different sort of, ways they handle emotions. And if Q does, let's say tonight, I don't think he will, but let's say he does take the 3-4 hitters and move them to 5 and 6 and moves 2 guys up. A, what does that do to your locker room? B, is it a positive or is it a negative outlook? Okay, he's given up on us on 16 games. Really, like, we're 7-9. Nobody's hitting in baseball. Like, yeah, we're struggling, but we're your guys. We got to get out of it. What does that do to your locker room? Does it move it in a positive or does it move it in a negative? And I go back to, I think it was last year when Will Smith goes into Q's office and is like, hey, dude, it ain't me at closer. Do you think that Vinny and Sal could do that? Like, Sal goes into Q's office like, hey, Skip, I'm not pulling my weight at 4th. Maybe put somebody else there.
Yeah.
Or does Vinny say, hey, man, I'm not pulling my weight at 3. Maybe, move me down. Let me get some stuff back. Let me get my field back. I've been working with some guys in the cage. Let me do that. Is that a moment where, like, self-deprecation of like, hey, I am Vinny Pasquantino or I am Salvador Perez. I'm not pulling my weight. Move this kid up and see what he can do.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it does come to something like that. It'd be nice if it makes.
But that doesn't happen. That's why the Will Smith thing was so bizarre.
It's like we keep
hear that.
Always going back to the Gil Mesh thing, too.
Right.
I mean, you see these instances that are one-offs that make so much sense, but yet nobody else is ever going to do something like that because the financial side of things, right? Whether it's,
it pissed a lot of people off in the game
it
as well.
did,
like,
absolutely.
Hey, dude, now they're going to expect me to do that.
Right, and nobody has done it since.
Says Ian Kennedy.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the guy who should have opted out of his contract, and he did. And he walk away, from that kind of money. But, like, Ian Kennedy should have been that guy that says, I don't have it anymore. I'm going to give you back this year's salary. The Gil Mesh thing is just so ridiculously abnormal that we're never going to see that again in our lifetime. Nobody would ever do that in baseball. And I don't know that anybody would ever go into a manager's office and say, hey, I'm not pulling my weight now. It's time to take me out of the lineup.
No, that takes some serious humble nuts.
It does, yeah. And especially, as you mentioned, like 16 games into the season, maybe if we're at the end of April and this is still going on. And, they like to use the term slow starters. That's an excuse to me. I heard it from somebody yesterday that I was talking to about Vinny, like, oh, he's every April it's slow. I'm like, I'm over that, though. It's like eventually you've got to play your entire length of the season. That's what happens. You've got to get off to a fast start, especially in Kansas City, where one, step the wrong direction and everybody's jumping off the bandwagon. Right? I hear it from people every day. What's wrong with the Royals? Why aren't the Royals winning? What's wrong with the Royals? What's wrong with the Royals? Every day, because we have it in our minds that it's always going to be negative because, well, it has been for the better part of everybody's lives here in Kansas City. For the better part of the franchise's history, it's been a negative kind of connotation. And so when things start to go negative, the fan base turns immediately. It's what we're wired to do. You got to reel in your fan base. You got to make your fans excited about it. And the players just have to start performing now as well. I mean, you just can't have 3 and 4 in your lineup hitting 153 and slugging 169. I mean, you just can't do something like that.
And I think the best part about that is those guys know that. And and you can have your theories because going back and listening to DeVerne yesterday and kind of hearing like the frustration in his voice is that he's tired of hearing the same repetitive thing. Like, Zoom wall. He's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
Like if he wasn't anywhere in that last year, he's not going anywhere this year. Well, the guys need to hit the ball, and it's like, okay, well, if they need to hit the ball, then like the angle I would take on that is like, do they know that? Like, obviously the answer is yes, but what do they do about it? And now you start a 3-game series in Detroit, then you go to New York, and then you come back home on April 20th in front of your home crowd against Baltimore. But moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs, this is a number that I think is very interesting because saw this yesterday as well as you guys, and obviously it's talked about. But Fox Sports NFL on Twitter has what they have via DraftKings is 2026 win totals. Boy, is that number interesting. Chiefs are at 10.5. That is in a large group of other teams.
It's crazy how many teams are at 10.5.
And they're the usual suspects. Right. The top two are Baltimore and the Rams, which I know as soon as Max saw this list and saw Baltimore at 11.5, steam came out of his ears like the cartoon characters from like Looney Tunes. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the 11.5 is the number one amount of wins this year.
The main conversation is, are you taking the over-under of the Chiefs at 10.5? The second conversation is, what the hell is Baltimore that we're not seeing?
People love this coach.
People love this guy, and he's done nothing. I mean, honest to God, he has done nothing. But they really believe that he is coming in and saving a franchise that has been down bad, like Andy Reid did here in Kansas City. I've never seen anything like it.
So bet him
for this guy. I mean, but he probably will fall on his face. That's the way that I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it like this guy's going to achieve success. Like the Baltimore Ravens at 11.5 to lead the NFL in your projected win totals at 11.5. If you take the over, you're telling me under a new coach that's never done it before with a quarterback that may have one foot out the door, you're going to say they're going to win at least 12 games if you take the over on the Baltimore Ravens?
What?
That seems like a high number for me, man.
I think the quarterback might be all in the door now.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he got his guy out.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Because I was reading some stuff the other day, and they're like, he still may be 1 foot out the door here in Baltimore.
I looked at it as he's tired of living with his parents, and now he's moved out, but yet he's still there. And now he's like, now I can do what I want. And maybe I'm wrong, but, I mean, they were a winning team, and they decided to move away from Harbaugh, which maybe it was time.
Yeah.
But also, like, we'd had these little, like, innuendos of, like, maybe John and Lamar have, like, disagreements.
Fair
I don't
point.
know, because when I saw when it was great was when they beat us in Arrowhead, and he looked at Lamar and goes, you want to go for it? And he's like, yeah, let's go for it. And he's like, all right, do it. I'm like, well, this is a duo that's going to last forever.
You wonder how these relationships change, too, over the
you remember
years,
that
right?
game, right?
Of course,
it was a huge story.
It was a huge story.
You wanna do
Absolutely
Lamar?
right.
Yeah, let's do it. You're
it.
like, man, those two are scary.
Yeah.
They came into our house and flexed their hog on us on 4th and goal and scored and won.
Right.
And you're like, all right, that's the Andy Reid Mahomes of the AFC as well.
Right.
And then 2 years later, it's gone.
And it really makes you appreciate what Andy and Pat have going on, too, because, I mean, these relationships could dissipate very fast, and we see it all the time. I mean, hell, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady had a relationship that everybody thought was really good, and that thing dissipated. And so
you and clean.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Winning helps.
Winning, but even like Joe Montana and Bill Walsh. Like, Bill Walsh was ready to move on from Joe Montana every single year. Even when he's like, all right, we got Steve Young, we're ready to move on, and Joe Montana made it very difficult for him to move on. But then, obviously, he gets traded to Kansas City because that relationship dissipated out in San Francisco. So, like, it doesn't matter who the coach and quarterback are and how good each of them are. You see those relationships deteriorate over time. Knock on wood, man. We're outlasting this right now here in Kansas City because you see it. Look, Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy up in Green Bay. It happened to them up there as well. All these great quarterbacks.
These are the pendulum swing type years, though.
Yeah,
you get this. If this year goes the other way, that relationship isn't going to be all flowers and candy and roses and all those things.
Which one are you talking about?
Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the one that's good. The ones that aren't severed quite yet.
If they go 6-11 again, it's going to be very interesting
it's not
to see what
be the
kind of
same
relationship.
Big Red.
No, honeymoon phase over.
Officially over.
You now started farting in front of your spouse. Like, good.
What year are they in together now, Andy and Patrick?
Should be
2017. 2018 was his rest. So 28 to 8 years.
8 years. So year
9
7.
years.
Year 7 for us was the rocky year in our marriage. We talk about it all the time, right? Year 7 sucked. maybe this is their year 7. Like last year was their year 7, and maybe they'll get over the hump and everything will be okay, and they'll figure this whole thing out, which I would say they're veterans. I think they probably would do, and their record is no indication of their relationship either. That just because you went 6-11 doesn't mean you hate each other and you got to move on from one of those guys, which obviously maybe in Baltimore you did. But, you'd like to see a not 6-11 type of season, to do that. But I just thought Baltimore being at 11.5, that's a high number, man. I don't know what I'm missing there. I don't know what I'm not seeing. But I just know with a first-year head coach, I think the pomp and circumstance is there because they love this guy and they haven't played a game yet. That's why the offseason is beautiful. It really is.
And I think people, me included, I thought they were going to be one of, if not the best defense in football last year. They fell flat on their face. I thought that secondary was going to be like flying around. They got Malachi Starks at Alabama to join Humphrey and to join those guys. Didn't work out. Mentors, I think people see him as the guy who's just going to fix this defense and bring it back to what it was. And people are like, oh, well, the offense is what it is. I'm like, okay, well, you lost. Did you lose? Yeah, you lost Isaiah Likely. You lost an offensive lineman this offseason. Derrick Henry's another year older. This Declan Doyle is their offensive coordinator.
Heard of him.
He was the offensive coordinator for the Bears last season. Obviously a good year, but that was his 1 year as an OC. Now he's joining the Ravens on a new team with a new coach. So it's a lot of question marks, and a lot of people are just like, oh, yeah, the Ravens, write them off. They're good. They got Lamar and this new coach who's going to be awesome. But they have holes on their roster just like here in Kansas City.
Well, I don't think there's any roster out there that doesn't include holes right now in the NFL. And
Rams.
Maybe.
Honestly, I'm not being a smartass. I really do believe the Rams don't have a hole in their
I don't know enough about their offensive line
because
to say,
they paid a lot of money to fix the 2 holes they had, and that was the secondary, and they came straight to one Arrowhead.
Right.
That was the worst part of the team last year.
Yeah, and look, they took a page out of the Chiefs playbook. Something didn't work last year. You immediately go and fix it, which is what we wanted the Royals to do this offseason, and they did not do that. And so when you don't fix your holes and you don't fix your problems, they tend to show back up again. And so Kansas City, every year they didn't win the Super Bowl, they fixed their problems. We talk about the Rams with the major issue that they had. What did they do? Probably the 2 best defensive backs they could have gotten. They went out there on the market and got. And so I think you're probably right. The Rams may be that most complete team, but again, I don't know enough about their offensive line. But I ask you guys at 10.5 right now today. I don't want to hear wait for the draft because these numbers came out today. Are you taking the over or are you taking the under at 10.5 for the Chiefs wins? I'll go first. I'm taking the over and I'm not hesitating.
Do you want to put a number on it?
Well,
10.5.
It's 10.5.
Because I think 11 is the number. I think this team can win 11 games.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. I'm looking at the number of 11. So that's why I would take the over at 10.5. Right now, I am taking the over because 1 year is not going to change the belief that I have in Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I am not going to say, well, they're done, forget about it. I know the recent has not been great, but the big picture, the big body of work shows that this team and this organization or these 2 guys have got this figured out. So benefit of the doubt, I'm giving them the over. I'm taking the over because I believe in them. Prove me wrong this year, and I ain't taking the over next year. One of those type of things.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. No hesitation. They are going over, I think, 2/3 of your games, winning that with Patrick Mahomes every year. That should be the expectation. That's the floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly the floor.
Are they already in Max Pack?
Yeah, of course. To start the year, they'll probably be in Max Pack. I won't say that. They need a good draft. No,
we should have a Max Pack the Monday after the draft.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Give me the Wednesday after the draft. Give me a couple days.
You got a couple of days. Well, you normally do it on a Wednesday,
yeah, exactly.
right?
That makes sense. Yeah,
we'll do it on a Wednesday.
Do it on a Wednesday. Yes. Process some things. Were there any other numbers? I saw
Giants at 7.5. I'm hammering the over.
I like
on that one.
That's a good over.
I'm hammering the over on Giants at 7.5. I think that's an over.
You want mine?
Yeah.
I know what it is.
It's not Seattle.
Okay, good.
They're in that group of like 10.5.
They're 10.5. Yeah.
The 2 that I am going to pound all the way to the promised land.
Pounded this week.
Tennessee 6.5.
I like that.
That team's
taking the under.
That team's winning 8 games.
It's a 4-game increase from their last year total.
But wait, their over-under was 2.5 last year?
I believe it was.
Rookie quarterback, nobody on that team?
Yeah. I think it was 2.5 or 3.5 last
the
year.
Hell, it wasn't. No way.
I think so.
I mean, no way. Miami's only at 4.5 this year.
You used to work at Tennessee, but you call him Tennessee Mac. No, I'm hammering Tennessee 6.5 over, and I also really like over 8.5 for Dallas.
8.5 for Dallas is a great one.
I think they can win 9-10 games and be that team again where like they still got a chance.
Right, that team,
and they get to 10-7 and it's here we are again. I think they can win 10 games.
And they're also a team we'll watch on draft night. They're going to make moves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It could involve the Kansas City Chiefs.
I saw yesterday, and consider the source, but I did see it yesterday. Skip Bayless believes that the Cowboys are the ones who floated the Reuben Bain rumor so he could float down to number 12 where he is picking. And I'm like, I told you that yesterday. Somebody floated that rumor, and Bayless is like, oh, yeah, I believe it's the Dallas Cowboys who floated that rumor, which wouldn't surprise anybody because Jerry Jones is the biggest showman on earth. I mean, that's what this is about. It's about the show for Jerry Jones.
Who's having sex with Jerry Jones?
No. What about Miami at 4.5? You taking the over or the under on that?
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. Can you name one player on that team besides Devon Achane?
No.
Malik Willis?
Name the coach.
Oh, it's Heffler, right?
Who?
Scotty Heffler.
Scott the golfer?
Yeah.
Scotty Heffler?
Yeah, it's his alter ego. That's the one that wears the orange jumpsuit. Gets arrested. Sir, we have a Heffler Scotty here. Never heard of him.
What is his name, man? I don't know.
Heffler.
Heflin Jeff? I don't know.
I have no idea who it is, but I had never heard the name Heffler before.
The Dolphins owner doesn't know it either.
Enthusiasm, the knowledge, the background. Jeff stood out amongst them all.
Jeff Hafley, that's it.
Hafley?
It sounds like he steals Italian recipes and calls them his own.
Let me ask you this question. Who's the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals?
We just did this the other day, so I remember.
Yeah, it's the dude's brother.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yes.
The dude's brother. Yeah.
Mike LaFleur.
Yes.
Yeah, the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, enough horsing around. We'll get to Tough Tuesdays on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Window World want to come out to your house and put in new windows just like they did for us. Yeah, we had about 30 windows put in by Window World a couple of years ago, and we knew right away that was the only window company we were going to use because Window World does an unbelievable job, and the customer service is second to none. When we went into Window World, we're like, hey, we need some windows. They're, how many? We're like, I don't know, at least 30. And they're like, all right, we'll come out to the house and we'll check out what you need. They came out. They gave us the full estimate. They told us exactly what it was going to cost, and they did it immediately. There was no waiting around. Window World handled everything. And another thing that I love so much about Window World is their lifetime warranty. When you have kids and a dog like I do, things tend to get broken from time to time. And with that lifetime warranty at Window World, they cover all parts, glass breakage, and labor. And the Window World windows are so durable, not only do they stand behind their windows at the showroom, they actually stood on their window as well to show you how strong they are. And that's why they're the official window of the Fescoe family and of the Kansas City Chiefs as well. So you need to get your free in-home estimate scheduled today. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is.
Just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Hello, this is Jason Gudenkoff with Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas, the home of $50 over factory invoice. Since 1979, our $50 over factory invoice pricing has been saving Kansas City Ford buyers thousands of dollars when buying a new Ford. Our no-hassle $50 over invoice pricing has helped us become the #1 F-150 dealer in the state of Kansas. And now, for the 9th time, the #1 F-150 dealer in the entire Kansas City area. At Lewisburg Ford, we understand that price is important, but it doesn't stop there. There's other factors of this equation: trade allowance, financing, and customer satisfaction. We don't just say that we're great at taking care of customers, we actually do it. Ford Motor Company has awarded us with the President's Award 23 times. This is the top honor that they give their Ford dealers for customer satisfaction in sales and in service. So if you're in the market for a new Ford, come see us at Lewisburg Ford. You can reach us at 816-444-2300 or on the web at lewisburgford.com.
Royals coverage on The Fan, sponsored by Salvation Army Kick Hunger Civic Lunch on May 7th. Get ready to kick off a summer of soccer in Kansas City while fighting hunger. Join the Salvation Army for the Kick Hunger Civic Lunch 2026 May 7th. Score big for local families in need. Grab your tickets or table today at kickhungerkc.com. That's kickhungerkc.com.
96.5 The Fan's draft coverage is brought to you by Gann Asphalt and Concrete, the Leavenworth PD, and the Salvation Army's Civic Breakfast. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
East side 70 westbound heavy from Manchester, traffic way past 31st Street with construction. Kansas side 635 northbound pretty slow from K5 to the bridge with roadwork there. Alan Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Back at it Tuesday here in Kansas City. Have a day, everybody. Gonna be a little humid with a U. My lawn looks like a forest. Can't mow it. Flooded. Looks like I have to be lazy again today.
Well,
darn it.
I know, it sucks, doesn't you? Hate to hear it.
Shout out to the people in Ottawa last night, man. The storms down there took out the town. And so we got to send everybody prayers and everything
Seriously,
down
yeah.
in Ottawa for that. I mean, I was looking at it on TV this morning. It looked like a mess. I guess the tornado kind of hit Main Street a little bit down in Ottawa. So if you're down there in Ottawa, man, we got your back up here. So continue to fight the good fight down there. But all the news stations are down there, and they're showing some of the damage, and it looks gnarly down there. Yeah,
That's too bad.
The storm, to me, wasn't bad in my area last night. I don't know about you guys. It rained, a little thunder and lightning, but it wasn't like Dusty even said, he goes, isn't it bad over by you? I'm like, no, I don't think it was bad at all. I guess it was all kind of much more to the south from where we were last night.
Yeah, we didn't get anything crazy. I mean, it was whipping. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I could hear the rain hitting my window.
Yeah, it was storming, but it wasn't anything like, whoa.
Yeah, it was
But
a
I
Midwest
mean,
storm, I
Yes,
thought.
I
Yeah.
thought so too. I liked it.
9 o'clock
Right.
storm, that's more powerful to me than NyQuil. I mean, that's fans on. I mean, I
talk to you later.
Pull a Carter Jensen. I might not make the show until like 8:30. I kid. It is Tuesday, so let's do some Tough Tuesdays here. I think Mac, is it his name? Oh, I'm first. Okay, sweet.
Oh, Dustman.
My Tough Tuesday goes to the UFC for 2 reasons. I don't know if you guys watch the UFC. I know the answer over to my right is no.
Right.
Which is fine. I just happen to hang out with some friends on the Saturday nights, and every once in a while somebody's like, oh, yeah, put the fights on. It's good background stuff. Well, I was watching one of these fights this weekend. This guy, Carlos Ulberg, you can watch the video if you want. I would suggest you don't if you're weak in the stomach. Looks like he blows his ACL mid-fight. Straight up. They showed it in slow motion. You see the pop of the ligament. Falls down. Guy's on like one leg. Ends up knocking the other guy out. I don't know how to say his name. Jiri Porkasha?
Sure.
I wrote it in there.
Sounds right.
Guy gets his leg, like, I don't know if he tore a ligament. I haven't followed up on it. We were just watching. We're like, oh my God, his leg keeps giving out. And then next thing you know, he clicked him right in the face. That guy that got knocked out by a guy on one leg has to retire from the UFC for life.
Yeah, you're done.
You can't. You got to move states. You got to get out of town. It's over, man. You got knocked out on one leg.
You're done.
Not only that, but the UFC looks like it's hurting. UFC just recorded their worst Miami gate of the modern history. The UFC is dying a slow death. This comes from MMA Joey. UFC 299, 14 million. UFC 287, 12 million. UFC 314, 11 million plus. UFC 327, what they just had, 6.5 million.
Wow, that's a huge drop, man.
Same arena, half the revenue. UFC 327 was a complete flop and embarrassment for the UFC. Is what this guy says. Seems like he covers this sport quite a bit. Guy gets knocked out on one leg, or by a guy with one leg, and then you pull half of your revenue for this arena. So tough Tuesday for the UFC.
Yeah, no question about it. Maybe the UFC is losing its luster a little bit. Maybe people are just kind of bored. It's the same thing over and over again. I think that's where boxing ultimately went, right? You had a sport, the sport of kings, they called it at one point in time.
Name the most popular UFC fight.
Jake Paul.
That's where I was going.
Yeah,
there's no stars.
There's no stars anymore. No, but when it first came out, you had John Bones Jones, and who was the other guy?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, Conor McGregor.
The Diaz brothers.
Chuck Liddell. I remember having Chuck Liddell on a radio show when I was in St. Louis. I mean, you talk about a guy didn't know what was going on. I mean, it was bad. Yeah,
damn,
really bad.
Dump button ready more than for me.
No, it wasn't even that. Like it was just scrambled eggs, man. It was like really a bad situation. I'm like, what's going on here with this guy? So yeah, you're right. There's no stars in the UFC at this point in time. I went with Jake Paul. That's the first name that I could think of.
Alex Pereira, but he's almost 40 at this point.
I mean, it's like when you say college football and you say, name me a coach, and everybody goes, Deion Sanders. You're like, yeah, I get that, but like that's not the name. You want people to know Cinzetti or whoever else is out there right now that's running these great programs, not just a name of a guy that's around for a little bit. Who's your Tough Tuesday, Mac?
I'll go with the Timberwolves NBA playoffs. Well, the NBA play-in tournament starts today. Not the playoffs. The stats just go into a void of their own. Regular season stats, playoff stats, play-in by itself. It's annoying. Make that playoff stats. So stupid. But the Timberwolves have to play the Nuggets, the Thunder, and the Spurs. The Nuggets, Spurs, and Thunder in that order if they want to make the NBA Finals. Now, obviously, that's assuming that the Nuggets win their series, or the Spurs win their series, and the Thunder get to the conference finals. But if those things go wash, and the Timberwolves are the ones making the upsets, they'll have to beat 3 juggernauts just to reach the finals. That's a tough Tuesday.
Yeah, tough Tuesday. Made their bed regular season, right? Doesn't matter until it does, until the playoffs. And you're like, damn, I wish we would have won a couple of more games. We would have an easier route into the playoffs. I'm sticking with the NBA. I'm going with Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know if you guys saw this poor cat yesterday. He has shingles at 26 years old. One of the things that happens,
hereditary?
I don't know the answer to that, but basically what it is, it's adult chicken pox. And everybody
LaRussa got that, right?
LaRussa's had it. Oh, yeah. All the old people are getting it, right? And so at 50, which is me next year, you've got to get the shingles shot, because if you don't, I remember when Len Dawson had shingles, and it was brutal, man, brutal.
Goes up
about
your spine,
how much
right?
pain he's in. I don't know the details.
It can go
on
different
this
places.
thing.
So like Tyrese had a teammate who had it on his stomach. Tyrese has it on his face.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why every time he's been wearing glasses, so he doesn't itch his eyes as much.
Right. And
the
everyone's like, why'd you
medications made him
gain
gain
so much weight?
Yes.
Well, now we know it's the shingles. He lost his eyebrow because of this thing.
Todd
He's
Haley
gained a
has
lot of
shingles?
weight. I mean, I don't know what Todd Haley's doing.
I worked with a guy who had shingles
It's not fun.
3
I
years
knew
ago.
that.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, so at 50, you've got to get the shingles shot because it's got the virus in you. And if you don't get it, like people say, this is like the worst thing you could get. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. And so I saw Tyrese Halliburton. I'm like, damn, shingles at 26 years old? That really sucks, man. He's been out all year.
Yeah.
But to have the shingles on top of everything, man, that is a brutal thing to try to beat, especially at 26 years old. You're not supposed to get shingles at 26 years old. It's an older person disease.
Rehabbing, doing PT, trying to get back, and then I've got the shingles, and
Yeah.
now people are commenting on my weight. I feel bad because I saw a picture of him. I didn't make any mean comments or many posts, but I did, in my head, I was like, okay, Tyrese, like, not doing anything, but maybe one too many Hostess donuts or whatever. And then, of course, you're like, dang, man, I feel bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, going through stuff.
Yeah, it's the medicine. I mean, people get on meds all the time that make them balloon. It happens. And so you don't think about it with an athlete.
You just had to throw it in there. You said you weren't going to say a mean comment and still somehow threw it in
going
there.
through stuff.
Yeah,
Hostess donuts.
Yeah, the Hostess donuts comment, right?
I'm innocent. Listen to me laugh.
No, I'm saying, like, I thought, like, oh, dang, that's one too. But yeah, I thought it to myself. I felt bad.
Somebody says if it gets into your eye, you can go blind.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah. Oh, it's terrible disease. It's terrible.
Somebody says they got shingles at 19 in college. It was the worst.
Oh, God.
Shingles in 7th grade. I got shingles at 16 during football.
What?
Oh, my God.
So it's contagious?
Again, it's the chicken
I don't
pox
believe it.
for adults,
Yeah.
technically, is
Yeah.
the dumbest way to put it.
But if you had the chicken pox and you get shingles?
Yes,
or is
because
it
I
like-
think the virus is in your body at all times, like the chicken pox virus, and then this is what I've heard over the years from people my age. Like, you got to get that shingle shot. Get the shingle shot. Get the shingle shot.
About 1 in 3 people who have had chicken pox will develop shingles.
Okay.
Dang. Well, hopefully he gets that thing treated and does okay because the NBA needs him.
Yes.
He's good for the NBA.
Yes, he's great.
He's heelish, but
He
also
is.
heroic. He did the choke thing in New York.
Oh, it's awesome.
Spike Lee, right there. Bringing that rivalry back.
Yeah,
We
right.
need that.
Yep.
Also need the Knicks to be good. That's for sure. Coming up next from Arrowhead Addict, our guy Price Carter. He gave us some guys to look forward to in the draft. We can listen to those names and kind of go through that because this guy's he's all in on the draft. Price Carter, he'll join us next year on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending want to help you save a boatload of cash. And they've been able to do that for us over the last decade because they're awesome at what they do. If you're looking to refinance, then you need to call my friends over at Golden Oak Lending and take their free mortgage checkup. It's a free service that they provide to everybody, and there's no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a phone conversation where you tell Golden Oak Lending all about where you are in life and where you want to go, what you want to do with your financial situation. Maybe you've got some credit card bills that you want to pay off. Maybe you've got some home repairs, college tuition. Maybe you've got a wedding coming up. All kinds of expenses blindside us, and you need some help, and Golden Oak Lending can help you do that. The average cash-out customer saves $1,104 per month, and with Golden Oak Lending, you'll go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment when you refinance. That's why it's important to have that free mortgage checkup and have that conversation. You'll tell them all about you, and then Golden Oak will get to work to see if they've got a mortgage that's better than the one that you're in right now. So take on that free mortgage checkup. Do it. You'll be glad you did. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD, and let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Looking for TRT that's flexible enough for your lifestyle? Well, head to Low T Center, the #1 name in TRT. You can choose between testosterone shots, pills, or Clonopine. Pay with insurance or out of pocket, and even have your treatment shipped to your door. And now Low T Center is offering new peptides, new treatments, and more. Boost your energy, your libido, and your confidence for results that you can feel. Book your free testosterone test right now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Growing a brand is hard, but reaching the right customers shouldn't be. Meet Outcomes from Viant. We've built an intelligent platform that handles the complexity of digital advertising for you. Powered by advanced AI, we help your brand show up in the right places at the right time and ensure that every dollar you spend leads to a real business result. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money. A lot. And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, if you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
At Metal by the Foot, we pride ourselves on delivering the highest quality metal to meet your exact needs. Located in Casey and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Royals coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Odyssey Sports Draft coverage is presented nationally by Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the Bet365 app and lock in your picks before the game begins. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in select states only. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Kansas side, 635 northbound gets very heavy at K5 and just off again, on again, crawling up towards the bridge with construction. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
What's up, KC? It's Chris Bubich. Tune in all season long to the play-by-play with Denny, Jake, Brian, and Stu right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
7 o'clock hour here on 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe, Mac, and Dusty with you all on this Tuesday morning. Royals back in action tonight against those Detroit Tigers. They can get bent.
Get bent.
Go knock them around. Stick figure. Go do something. Go beat them. I don't like the Tigers. AJ Hinch.
Yeah, there's this thing our players hold in their hands. It's called a bat.
Time to use it, baby.
Time to use it. Let's go.
Yeah. Royals on the road in Detroit for 3, then on the road in New York for 3 more over the weekend, and then back home against the Baltimore Orioles. Monday night's the Grateful Dead, puffer vest. Big time excited.
I know. I'm so mad I'm not going to be in town. I mean, I'm not. I'm going to be having a great time.
Be in Miami, last party
yes,
single.
Yes.
Well.
It'll be awesome. That's not single, but yes.
Yeah, don't get the singles down there. Don't also forget Thursday night is Character Concerns Draft Special with Bink and Chris. Again, we'll have one every week. Yeah, they got a week, man. It's gearing up, man. I mean, you talk about how
I know that I'm hard.
When your kids were little and they do the little Christmas decorations where they put the rings up and then get them. Bink's got 7 rings left.
I was thinking about him yesterday. Did he mock the WNBA draft? Is he into that draft too, or is it just the NFL? Because last night was kind of like an appetizer for the NFL draft. So does Bink mock the WNBA? Did we get his WNBA picks?
Yeah, I don't know. Does he know where the first overall pick went to college?
Hey, where'd you go at, man?
Anybody.
Nope.
Yep. So
speaking for me, not Jay.
I heard of him.
But there will be draft coverage all week of the draft. Obviously, Thursday we'll all be out at the Brooksider, and then Bink and Chris, they're going to be on the air Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of draft week, and we'll have them in studio during that week as well to knock out the draft. We were joined yesterday, Bob and I were. We talked to Price Carter, who does a lot of draft stuff over at Arrowhead Addict. He is their lead draft analyst, and Ruben Bain is the name. And Ruben Bain was asked by us to him what we think.
I think when we talk about Ruben Bain, I think a lot of people are looking at this the wrong way. I think a lot of people, when we look at top 10 picks or just any first-round pick, people look at the ceiling rather than a floor. And what I love about Ruben Bain is how high his floor is. You simply cannot be a successful edge rusher in the NFL really anymore without power being a part of your game. His hands are so strong. His lower half is so powerful. He's a guy who has proven that he can rush and win from the inside and on the outside. He was asked to do that a lot at Miami. And that's the thing. Like, people will talk about the arm length, and obviously he's been in the news a little bit here recently too. Teams will have to do their research on that. But at the end of the day, this is a guy who's going to be able to stick on the field and play all three downs. He played 90% of the snaps for Miami. His power, his strong hands, his lower half, whether he's splitting 50% of the time inside outside, or if he's just a pure edge rusher, that sets a really high floor. And he's a high level fit for the Chiefs the way that his game works. And I think that's why people love him. And I mean, he's got a cool name. He played in the national championship game. All those things too certainly help.
So something that I've noticed is mock draft fatigue, because everybody starts to kind of fall in love with their character. Now, I know Peter Schrager has the wide receiver. Ruben Bain has been a name that a lot of people have linked to the Chiefs. And I think when you have all these mocks and you see all these names, your opinions start going down different avenues. And then you kind of go back to what you saw last season. You think to yourself, okay, process by elimination, you're Carnell Tate guy, you're Ruben Bain guy. And what Price Carter kind of says there is that as advertised is Ruben Bain. And he knows that the people are going to talk about his arm size. And I think that's where we get like nitpicky, right? Like you're out clothes shopping, and at first you're like, hey, I need, a shirt and a pair of jeans. That's what I need. And then all of a sudden there's other places where it's like, yeah, but you could also use like a pair of shoes. And if you think about it, you're going to use those more than you're going to use these. And you start getting down different avenues of what you really want, what you really need. I've always been edge rusher is what I'd like to see. And then you kind of see the reports of people starting to stray away from being like, oh man, last 8 games, he had like 3 sacks. He didn't look that great in the national championship game. His arms are short. It's like, 5 weeks ago, you were all in. Now you're all out.
This is the time of year we do all that.
And that's what evaluation presents to us.
It does, but it also becomes to the point now we're nitpicking guys, right? Can you play football or not? And that we get to the final 10 days before the draft, 2 weeks before the draft, and it really becomes this little nitpicky stuff. I would imagine most of these draft boards are put together. Guys know what they're going to do at this point in time. We're just waiting for the TV show to take place next Thursday night. And I think also, too, with what we're looking at when we compare these draft picks, I thought he made a really good point of pointing out the floor versus the ceiling. And we always look at the ceilings of guys. We never look at the floor and say, hey, if this is all he gives us, he's still a damn good football player. We always go, well, he's got to do this, he's got to do this. But what's his floor going to be? Where is he going to be at his lowest in the NFL? And if his lowest in the NFL is still pretty damn good, then you got yourselves the makings of a pretty good football player. And so I like that perspective a little bit, looking at it from the floor perspective as opposed to the ceiling perspective. And he also mentioned he played 90% of the snaps. That does nothing for me, but it does tell me he's a durable player, right? And that's what you need. One of the worst things that you can have, and we've talked about that, is the injury-prone guy. We see it all the time on every team, every single year. Darren Peterson this year for the Kansas Jayhawks. That injury-prone guy who you sit there and go, God, could you just get healthy? Eric Berry, when he was going through his stuff, his last year here in Kansas City. Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. It's like, I don't want guys where I have to constantly say, well, if healthy, he's going to be this. If healthy, he's going to be that. If he's not healthy, he's useless to me. And Ruben Bain playing 90% of the snaps tells me that's a durable dude that's going to go out there and play for you.
There's a guy at 9 that may not fit that durability standard. Price Carter talked about Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver, as well.
Tyson probably has the highest ceiling of any wide receiver in this class as far as what he can be. The movement skills are undeniable. He has some real highlight plays, not just as a route runner, but also with the ball in the air. I come back to Tyson, and I scratch my head a little bit about how he would work in the offense. Because when I watch his tape, I'm not super moved by any one of his particular traits other than the movement skills. So the yards after catch for him, it's not a weakness, but it's not a strength. Like they will get him out on an RPO bubble screen or something like that. But he's not someone that's like Rashee Rice. He's not someone who's got the speed of Xavier Worthy. And he's got decent size. He's 6 foot, but he's not someone that has that, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, just go up ball winner. And then the big question is obviously the medicals. He's had a torn ACL. He's had a collarbone break. And then he's going to have to hold his own individual pro day because he had a hamstring injury that kept him out of the combine and then also kept him out of Arizona State's pro day. So low floor, high ceiling with him. And then, I'm trying to think of a player that the Chiefs have had under Andy Reid or even going back to the Eagles. I think maybe Jeremy Maclin would be the closest comp, but I think Jeremy Maclin is more vertical than Tyson is. So he'd be one that if the Chiefs took at 9, I'd have a hard time being upset about it because I do think the player ceiling is so high. But I also have scratch my head a little bit about what that would look like going into year 1 and beyond.
What did you guys take away from that?
I didn't know about the hamstring.
That was where I was too. The hamstring thing was the one that jumped out on me.
Because when we talked to him yesterday, you and I both looked at each other like, oh yeah. Because like Bob, not putting words in his mouth, he's like clavicle, ACL, sign up on the list of people that have done that at the wide receiver position. But then you're like, man, a third one, and it's a hamstring. And it's like, and he missed the pro day, so he's got to hold his own day. Man, I don't know, because to cliche it up, the best ability is availability.
Yeah.
And if that's a red flag, like to me, that's more of a red flag than short arms.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if that's a lame take, but that is concerning.
It is. The hamstring thing did jump out. I'm not going to lie. That was one of those things where I went, all right, fine, an ACL was a couple years ago. Clavicle, who cares? It happens. We've seen guys come back from that. Is the hamstring going to be one of those injuries? We're in week 3 and we're going, he's getting close. He's getting close. Week 17. We're there. We feel like if we make the playoffs, he can be. I'm out. I am not interested in anything like that.
Because you were in last week, but we didn't know about the hamstring.
The hamstring changes it a little bit for me on that one. We dealt with it all this year, too, with Rashee Rice. Oh, is he gonna, once he comes back, look at the way the offense is going to change. And then we start relying on a guy that's never done anything before in the NFL just because he was picked number 9. I don't want that. I want a guy picked at number 9, fellas, who's going to come in and play right away, and I'm not going to have to worry about it.
Yeah, I tried to mention the hamstring. I'm glad Price eloquently went through that whole process. I personally, has the Chiefs medical staff ever been wrong?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Well.
Publicly, no. When they've taken risks, when they've said a guy's going to be back, whether the guy's on the team, they've been right. And if they take Jordan Tyson, they take Bryce Carter. If we take Bryce Carter, this team's going to struggle. Sorry, Bryce. If they take Jordan Tyson at 9, I'm all in. All in. I love this guy's tape. Everything I watch from him, the way he moves is sexy. The way he can go up and get it is exactly what we want. A big guy, go up and get it in the end zone.
But he's only 6 foot. Is that
6'2".
considered big?
He's 6'2", which Price said that, I think, incorrectly. He's 6'2".
He's 6'2". Okay.
He's 6'2", which makes a difference.
Allegedly, or 6'2",
I mean, I guess we'll see. He didn't have a pro day or combine, but he did do measurements. He did measurements at the combine. I think he's 6'2".
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm in. If they take him, I'm trusting the medical staff who hasn't been wrong.
Yeah.
Is he better than Cornell Tate?
I think the ceiling's higher than him. Yeah, I would agree with Price saying he's got a higher ceiling.
Now, we don't know if the medical staff has ever been wrong. It's like when they come out after surgery and they go, surgery was successful. You never see them come out and go, well, we effed this one up. You don't see ever hear anything like that. Like, you don't know. Maybe the medical staff was wrong on FAU. Maybe the medical staff was wrong on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Maybe the medical staff was wrong on, I don't know, Breland Speaks. I'm just thinking of another high draft pick that people are like, oh, this guy was a bust or whatever.
But like with Mahomes, they've
done a great job with him. Again, those are the things that you see. Not everybody's right 100% of the time it happens. So I wonder if there are some of those where they did say, yeah, this guy is good to go, and then they went and drafted him or signed that guy, and then he really wasn't good to go. And the medical, because they're never going to come out and go, well, Rick told us he was okay. They're never going to sell their guys out, but when they do have a guy that does clear medicals, they do praise those guys, which they should do. You should never call your people out. That's why Andy Reid has success. He's not out here calling people out and saying they're doing it wrong, but I'm sure the medical staff has been wrong a few times on guys.
We've got more from Price Carter we can dive into later on in this show today for draft coverage. And don't forget, our draft coverage on 96.5 The Fan is brought to you by Gann Asphalt and Concrete, the Leavenworth PD, and the Salvation Army Civic Lunch. Price Carter of Arrowhead added their lead draft analysis guy. He's good at what he does. We'll get more into his cuts, what he had to do. But Mac is got the windows, the blinds, the door, the screen, everything is wide open.
I know that I'm hard.
Because the NBA play-in, not the playoffs, the play-in starts tonight. Plus, there's going to be a surprise guy calling games that I'm all in for here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5, The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends at QC Kinetics are ready for you to feel better. In fact, I was just talking about it with a buddy this morning. He says, how is QC Kinetics? Can they help me feel better? I'm like, absolutely, they can help you feel better, and they can do it without meds. They can do it without downtime. They can do it without surgery. They do it all in their office at 435 in State Line or in Gladstone. And if you have achy joints or you can't do stuff because your joints are bothering you and you can't get out there and play with the kids or you can't go out there and play golf or tennis, and you're saying, oh, I need to do something, QC Kinetics will help you because they specialize in regenerative treatments that get you back in the game without surgery or those endless recovery months. And if you're using daily meds just to get through a day, you're exactly who QC Kinetics helps every single moment. And the best part is it's done right in their office with no downtime. You get your treatment and you go on with your day. It is that easy. And there's nothing more meaningful than reclaiming your mobility for the people who care about you the most. So start with that free consultation at QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Like I said, off of 435 in State Line or in Gladstone, 816-412-6299. It's QC Kinetics.
Forget what you think being a cop is. In Leavenworth, we're not robotic, no egos, just real people doing real work and loving it. You'll have a front row seat to action you can't script, and you'll do it with the latest high-tech tools in modern policing and technology that helps you do the job smarter and safer. It's real. It's not for everyone, but if you want in, come apply.
Leavenworth PD. We're different on purpose. Got questions? Give Sergeant Flynn a call and apply now at leavenworthks.gov/police. That's leavenworthks.gov/police.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
If the high cost of filling up is weighing you down, lighten your load at Hy-Vee. This Saturday and Sunday, get a 30-cent per gallon fuel discount with every $60 purchase. Stock up on groceries and stack up the fuel savings. Earn 30 cents per gallon with your $60 purchase. 60 cents per gallon with a $120 purchase. The more you spend, the more you'll save. Your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss the 2-day Fuel Saver event this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
With 2 kids and 4 sports, sometimes we don't even have time to eat, and that means sometimes we can't get to the store. That's when Hy-Vee saves the day. We love ordering our groceries online and having them delivered. It saves us so much time, and it's easy. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee does all the shopping. All I have to do is pick up my order or have it delivered to my home, which is free, by the way, with my Perks Plus membership. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and driving in this area means navigating everything from busy metro traffic to open Midwest roads, so having the right auto insurance really matters. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers trustworthy protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that gives you real peace of mind. And when you bundle policies or insurance multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
Hello, Kansas City. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America and a member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
East side 70 westbound gets heavy around Manchester. Traffic ways stay slow, not quite to Van Brunt with construction. Lee Summit US 50 westbound off Economic slowdowns from 3rd Street up to 470. Lenexa 35 southbound slow past 95th Street with road repair blocking the right lane. Allen Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
I don't know if this is an interesting would you rather, but Good Morning Football tweeted this out 20 minutes ago and said, if you could sit in one draft room on draft night, which team are you picking?
Chiefs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for our job, I'd love to have the inside information onto what's going on so we could relay that to the fans.
That's
yeah.
fair.
And now, if I'm looking at it from a non-buy Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas is your
one.
answer.
That's
I
a good
mean,
one.
you want to see how nuts Jerry is, right?
I'd like to think mine would
They draft
be...
really well. Like, they draft great.
Yes.
But doesn't mean I'm not going to still see a sideshow in there.
Yeah,
I don't
for
care
sure.
about their picks. I care about the entertainment value.
I'm just
Jerry
saying
Jones.
I just think a lot of people could think the entertainment could come from the nonsense. I think they're talking a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, Jerry's just there.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
How big's his member?
I just want to hear what Jerry's like. Let's call this team and try to trade.
Yeah.
Jerry's would be the most entertaining, and I don't even know who would be number 2 on that list. The entertainment value of being in the Dallas Cowboys the draft room would be second to none. Absolutely second to none. Because you really would find out what goes on, right? You really would find out who's making these decisions. And if it's not Jerry Jones, I'll give him this kind of credit. He is a hell of a leader, taking all of the bullets for everything that goes on down there in Dallas. Like, if he's ultimately not the one making all of these decisions and there's somebody else doing it, he's doing a great job as a leader and taking all the bullets for it, though. I'll tell you that. But I just think from an entertainment value, it would be great to be in that one. Is there another one you guys were thinking?
Raiders. I want to see how unprepared they are for the second pick.
Okay.
They've had months to know they're taking Fernando Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they at this point? Like, if you know you're going 1 Mendoza, where are you at now in the draft?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. I just think that's interesting to see where they're like, what's Tom doing in there?
Yeah.
What's Lloyd Christmas doing in his white jumpsuit?
Yep.
Like, where are the thoughts coming from with Vegas? Like, we all know you're taking Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
You have the first pick. You don't have to worry about it anymore. What are you doing next? And that's where, like, my intrigue would be like, are they prepared for this? Because you've had months and months to know Mendoza's going to be your number 1 pick. What are they going to do next?
Mm-hmm.
And I would be intrigued by what their strategy is.
Okay, that's a good one, too. That is a good one. Because they will be entertaining. There will be a high entertainment value there. Brady and, as you mentioned, Lloyd Christmas. Like, it's definitely going to be high entertainment value inside that draft room.
It's like, we're going to take Mendoza. Who are they going to take? Oh, my God. They don't know who they're going with in the second round.
Oh, we have another pick?
Yeah.
Wait, what? It's not over?
Nobody told us
You've
about
had time.
this.
Like, you've known since this week. I don't know. It's interesting to me how they fumble over and over
again. Yeah. Did you see this Jamarcus Russell stuff real too that's come out? Have you seen what this guy is saying? He's tired of being called the bust, and anybody does, he's going to bust their face. He said.
Sick.
What?
He was on some podcast, spouting off about how he's tired of being called the number one bust.
Sorry.
Well, you were.
Sorry.
And if you want to come here and bust my face for saying that, fine. I mean, but you sucked. I mean,
bet you don't, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you think, what's his name? Who is it? Jamarcus Russell. Can't even remember the guy's name. He was so bad. I mean, the guy had some issue in an airport and grape drink and something like that as well. Never learned the playbook. Wasn't Jamarcus Russell the guy that they gave the fake playbook to and they said, go home and study it just to see if he would study it? And he never opened the playbook and they knew that he didn't look at it because it was, it was a catalog for Sears or something in there. It was like something totally ridiculously
it was
not
a blank
playbook.
DVD instead of a game plan
Yeah,
playbook.
something like that. Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, no, I've been watching the plays. I watched the film. Blank. Nothing on that.
Oh, yeah. So how could you not say that Jamarcus Russell is the biggest bust of all time? Ryan Leaf wasn't a bust like Jamarcus Russell was a bust. This guy was a bust.
Yeah, not only that, you've got Al Davis somewhere going,
give me back my son.
I mean, he is one of the top 3 biggest busts in the NFL's history. I mean, Ryan Leaf is there, but I think what also helps Ryan Leaf in that bust conversation, because he was with Peyton Manning in that draft?
Oh, yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
His explosion in the Chiefs locker room.
Yep.
That's not great. But yeah, he's up there. It's him or Russell, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a quarterback. You're taking number 1 overall.
Is Blackledge considered a bust?
Nah,
because of where he was taken.
I mean, first round, yes, I guess, but I mean that was so damn long ago.
Because I don't think I was
alive.
Was he good at Penn State? I mean, if
it must have been. Yeah. I mean, must have been. I don't remember watching him play in the pros, let alone college.
Part of that was also the reason. Part of being a bust is who's taken after you, who's taken in the draft,
right?
And that draft was the
all
Marino,
the
Elway. Yeah, it was everyone.
It was everyone. Yeah.
I mean, the number 3rd on this bust list is Tony Mandarich.
Yeah, Tony Mandarich is a huge bust, but a great guy. He was in town a few years ago, and I had an opportunity to do some stuff and MC an event with him. And he was
cool.
I mean, look at the draft where he was taken. That was that 1988, 89
That's what I was
draft.
going to say. Is he's an offensive tackle. The second sentence there is he was drafted ahead of Hall of Famers like Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders. That goes into your bust.
Sure, it does.
Narrative.
Yeah, I believe he was also the same draft as Derek Thomas was. I forget who was taken number 1 in that draft, and then Mandrich was taken number 2 by the Packers, and then like 3, 4, and 5 were all Hall of Famers. I think 1, 3, 4, and 5 in that draft, if I'm not mistaken, all went to the Hall of Fame. And Tony Mandarich, he had some mental issues and stuff like that, and wasn't able to kind of finish the career or perform the way that he wanted to in the NFL. But 1, 3, 4, and 5, I believe, are all Hall of Famers in that draft.
Text line jumping in on the Raiders value of being in there. Somebody says entertainment value. Raiders with that owner sitting in the corner with a Spider-Man backpack and a Game Boy. Geek.
The Jets would be an entertaining one too, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Somebody says that Jerry Jones in the room, but his phone isn't plugged in. Like when you give your little kid a fake cell phone. Yeah, call him.
Yeah.
Blank tape. Asked him what play he liked. All of them.
Yeah.
That is great. All that's Raiders. So I mean, I think they might win. Somebody's got to win to move on in the NBA play-in games. Mac, you excited for the Charlotte Hornets to show their true colors tonight?
Yeah, tonight will be a good one. The Hornets and the Heat, and then I can't remember. It's the Suns and the Blazers or someone out, or the Blazers and someone else after that. Yeah, exactly. That one will be bad. But yeah, tonight should be fun. I mean, the Hornets have been amazing. They've got 2 incredible young players in LaMelo Ball and Con Knippel. Con Knippel leading the league in 3-pointers made as a rookie. That's never been done before. Shooting
What's
over
his
40%.
nickname? Big Nip.
We've got a lot of different ones going for him right now. Shooting over 40% from 3, and LaMelo Ball shooting nearly 40% from 3, shooting 13 3-pointers a game.
I didn't know Charlotte still had a team.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
No, and they're fun. They're winning games.
They're ahead of schedule is what they like to say.
Oh, ahead of schedule.
Very
ahead
of schedule.
Yes. Who puts out these schedules?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what does that even mean? Oh, they're ahead of schedule. What do you say? We weren't going to win another. You were hoping to tank again this year to get another pick?
I'll tell you, who puts it out the future.
Yeah.
I think that the NBA is the most cliche ahead of schedule or scheduled sort of team because you draft on prospect talent, right? Like you're drafting, like Ball, I will say, has pretty much redeemed his early start to his career, right? Everyone thought he was a jackass. Everyone thought that, like, his dad sucked.
Did he get a fair shake because of his dad, though? Honest to God. Did he get a fair... Because what
he
did
didn't
he
help
do?
But he didn't help himself either. Because there's, like, videos when he was in, like, AAU and he's scoring, like, 91 points, but he's chucking up from half court. He's making it. But also he's, like, cherry picking down the court where he's just, like, holding his hand like, this kid's... let's just wait.
Well, he dropped out of high school. He had to go to Lithuania. He had to go the long way because of some of the things that he did. But yeah, probably.
And how much was of his dad?
Probably
though,
because of his dad.
Oh, 70%.
I think he probably went to Lithuania to go away.
Maybe get away from his dad at that
And
point.
he has blossomed into a good NBA point guard. He shoots a lot, but that's kind of what they want him to do.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
And then you add Con Knipple, who Mac thinks should be Rookie of the Year, and I don't hate him for that take, because if he's not on that team, is Charlotte where they're at? Cooper Flagg is going to get Rookie of the Year, and they won, what, 30 games? 25 games. So how, but again, it's not the MVP award, it's Rookie of the Year. What rookie showed you? Obviously, Cooper Flagg was his to lose. He did miss a lot of games this year. Not a lot. He missed a few games this year. Con Knipple played the entire season, and he set records doing things that, we haven't seen since Steph and Clay. But I am excited. Charlotte, great uniform combo.
Yep, very good.
Con Knipple, got to figure out the haircut, but we'll get there. Maybe he's just that guy. If he's going to be the guy, he's got to wear the white sleeve T-shirt underneath the jersey that Kling always loved. And Charlotte's fun because you don't have an NBA team. They're young. They're inexperienced. Can they get hot? Can they make it into the first round and maybe win a game at home, but probably get, a gentleman's sweep? Probably. But then you're going to look at this team and be like, remember a couple years ago we were talking about Charlotte? And maybe it builds. But I am interested in this game tonight, to be honest with you. My blinds will be open for this.
Yeah, I didn't even know the regular season ended yesterday or the day before that. Doug Gottlieb even tweeted. I saw that yesterday from him. I'm like, yeah, I was on the same page. I had no idea the NBA season was ending, at this point in time. But, let's just say, let's hope for good games. Let's hope for entertaining games. Let's hope for something that people are talking about tomorrow, right? That's good for the NBA if you get two good games that are like have people on the edge of their seats with these playing games. I don't hate the play-in game idea at all. I think it's kind of unique, and it forces competition late in the season. It gives teams an opportunity to get into the playoffs.
I just wish the
keeps teams alive. Yeah.
I wish Adam Silver was in your train of thought.
Yeah.
Just show me
but he's not. None of the commissioners are. But it keeps teams alive. It keeps fan bases alive. It keeps fan bases interested, in their teams where, 2 years ago, your teams are out of it. Now they get an opportunity to play in a play-in game, and you get in the postseason, anything can happen, right? I'm not saying a play-in team is going to win the championship, but it keeps a lot of those fan bases alive and active, and I think that's a good thing for sports.
I will say, unfortunately for you, it's probably not going to get really good for your attention until round 2. Would you say that, Mac?
No, I'd say the Knicks have the best first-round series. Knicks-Hawks is the first best-round series, in my opinion.
Yeah, Quinn Snyder versus the Knicks. No, that's supposed to be a good series.
But, man, Spurs, Nuggets, I am just – I'm trying to maintain it.
I know that I'm hard.
That's going to be 7 games of just hell.
And if you're an NBA casual, as most of our listeners are, tomorrow Warriors Clippers. So Steph and Kawhi Leonard. That's gonna be fun.
I was reading something yesterday about franchise values, and the Warriors are like the 3rd most valuable franchise in American sports. It's unbelievable how valuable they are. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the Cowboys, the Yankees, the Warriors are up there.
That's insane.
It goes back to our Steph conversation. Every kid is wearing a Steph jersey still to this day. The amount of money that they have made off of Steph Curry, I mean, it may be second to none of any athlete for any team, and took a team of that was kind of obscure. I mean, the Golden State Warriors weren't any team that anybody knew about. He took them and turned them into this unbelievable franchise that's won a hell of a lot of championships, and they're still printing money out there in San Francisco. And Steph Curry isn't even one of the best players in the league, but he's probably the most popular player still in this league.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
That's right, it's one word. It's brought to you by Maloney's, The Sand Trap, and The Landing. They're 3 great local spots, delicious food, cold drinks, TVs galore. You can watch all your favorite sports teams. Mac, you can go there tonight. Taco Tuesday.
baby.
And watch your Charlotte Hornets as they go into the play-in game tonight. They have patio seating. It's going to be nice out there today. A little humid but breezy, but not going to have any rain till later tonight. Taco Tuesday. Specials on all tacos and burritos plus $4.50 Mexican beers and margaritas at Maloney's, Sandtrap, and the Landing. Salt or no salt?
No salt.
Same.
Really?
Yeah, no
Any
salt.
reason?
I don't like it.
Too much.
I didn't know if there was some sort of...
Wow.
That's fair.
It gets in the bottom of the drink, and then you get that lag.
I don't need it. I don't need the salt. If you make a margarita the right way, you don't need the salt, you know?
We'll start where we finished. One word, NBA playoffs / play-in.
Call me when it gets good.
Call me.
Yeah. Early.
Beginning. We're getting thunderstorm warnings. Weathermen are coming on TV to interrupt broadcasts.
Another good reason for the Bucks.
Might happen again tonight. Yeah. But it's the one where we'll be the beginning. Beginning. Not the...
I'll combine two here. We've got one great announcer who's going to announce some NBA games. We've got one other announcer who just finished his tenure as commentating NBA games.
Would shine through, and I thank you, and I love you as a colleague.
You know, I love you like a sister, Doris Burke. I am so grateful to be able to take this journey with you and so many of my other wonderful colleagues at ESPN for 36 years.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything and wouldn't do anything differently.
A lifetime
Thank you.
of consistent excellence, and we thank you, Mark Jones.
And there's Mark Jones retiring from his longtime tenure as a play-by-play guy for the NBA.
36 years, that's awesome. That's a hell of a career. Way to go, man. That is fantastic. So good for him. I guess he's going to continue to do the Sacramento Kings games from a local level, and so he'll still be able to do stuff like that.
Good.
But 36 years, man, that's a career. A nondescript guy, too. I don't know many Mark Jones anythings. You've seen him here or there. He's kind of the third or fourth game or whatever, but anybody who can do anything for 36 years, and especially in this industry, that's a hell of a run, man. Way to go.
Yeah, my one word is cheers. Cheers to a great career.
Yep. So on and so forth. One word, real quick. Billis calling NBA games.
Perfect. Love it. I don't think there's a better announcer out there. He's a crossover guy. He's a very important voice, maybe the most important voice in basketball at this point in time. I love the fact that he's going to be on the NBA games.
Yeah, smart.
This is kind of smart, too. The Mets, man, selling mini buckets of pickle chips, $5 at Citi
Not
Field.
just any pickle chips.
Grillos, which
Pickle
are fantastic.
chips.
Yeah, those
they
are great.
They don't last 3 days in my house, dude.
Yeah.
The
big
plates,
bucket
the
of them.
chips,
Yeah.
whatever, man. I can drink the juice.
Yeah, and you should. It's good for
It's
your
got
body.
that seaweed in it.
They're great. Yeah, they're fantastic. They're great.
$5? Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm in on that. Yeah,
Get
I don't
that.
know how many slices of pickle you get in that box for $5 or that little bucket for $5, but that's a cool little item to offer people at the game. I bet you probably get 5 slices of pickles. $1 a slice.
I'd get a thing of nachos, and I'd put it on a chip and
Oh,
dip it in
yeah.
cheese.
You get your hamburgers, throw it on there, or maybe you want to chop it up and put it on your hot dog. However you want to do it. I love this option at the game.
Yeah, I love Grillos. So love. is my
Yeah,
one
those are
word.
fantastic pickles.
I wish they were the spears, not the chips, but
You're a
I'm
spear
still...
guy.
Yeah, just
So
I'm
if you
picturing...
fried pickles, you want the spear or the chip?
No, I want the chip, but I'm
Yeah.
picturing... I'm pulling it out of the bucket just to spear at the game,
Yeah.
rather than the chip. That's just
Yeah.
kind of my thought.
I
but-
was thinking more with a toothpick and the pickle, and the thing, and so...
Men's wieners.
Heart rate at its lowest on 18 for Rory. How about this? All the Whoop data has been coming out for Rory McIlroy, and his heart rate was the lowest on 18 when it was all on the line. I'm trying to find the exact number, but I can't quite. It was low. It was low.
Stud is the word I'll use. That's an athlete right there. That's how you can really see when somebody's good at what they do, right? Last hole, millions of dollars on the line. When's your lowest heart rate? And the time when, crisis struck. Because that was crisis time for Rory on 18. Crisis time for everybody, right? And he was as calm as you could be. That is insane to me. That's why Rory is a stud right there. He knows how to channel those moments and not let him get outside of himself.
Yeah, my one word would be experience. That's what last year did.
What was last year's heart rate?
Probably not that.
I would love the data. Yeah, we can find it. They posted it somewhere.
Because if you notice, he wore that Masters green Whoop on his wrist. That's what he was wearing during the tournament. That's why a lot of people on Twitter, at least, were replying to me that when he won that Masters, he may never lose there again.
Because now that you've gotten over that hump and then you go back the next year and win it again, he might be a force now that he's got that course figured out and he knows the moments, because Jack gave him 2 pieces of advice. Stay calm and don't effing double eagle. He's done it both tournaments in brutal times, yet still won.
Still won, yeah.
The advice, stay calm and don't effing double eagle.
I think the stay calm is the number one thing, because you're going to have moments where you get outside yourself, where you have a bad shot.
Everybody else is going to freak out.
Right.
Let them
You
do
let
it.
Let them do it. Just go, okay, so what? I'm over here instead of over there.
Short memory.
Hard to do.
Yeah, much easier said than done.
Correct.
Yeah, man, just forget about it.
Just don't worry about that kind of stuff. Sure, it'll be fine.
And he made it look as easy as we're making it sound.
Yeah, he did.
How about this? We're wanting them to make it look easy on offense. The Royals take on the Tigers in Detroit tonight, 5:40. You'll hear Vern at 4:30 or 5 o'clock.
If they're on,
like that.
they're on
5:40, so he'll be on 4:30.
4:30. 4:30, you can hear Josh Vernier right here on 96.5 The Fan. One word on the Royals tonight.
Bats. Let's use them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hit. Whether that's a big hit, whether that's a lot of hits, whether that's a clutch hit, whether it's a hit with runner and scoring position, hit.
Hits. Hits. Get
Hey,
hits
Mac, what's
tonight.
up? It's Jay. Hey, I was going to tell you, there's a guy on Twitter named Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky had a tweet last night as well. It's deleted now, so I'm wondering if they keep trying to get rid of Ricky. He's going to come back.
Well, he said that Will Anderson was going to
Yes.
sign a massive record-breaking deal for the defensive end position, highest paid all time.
Okay, you
Over
know what that
50 a
means?
year.
You know what that means? Miles Garrett can come knocking at the door the next day. So my one word is Miles, because as soon as he signs his contract in Houston, Miles Garrett's going to come knocking, because now he will be the 5th highest paid defensive end, I believe, in the league. And you're either going to trade me or you're going to pay me.
Yeah, my one word is Binkley.
Hey, Mac, what's up? It's Jay. Hey, I was going to tell you, there's a guy on Twitter named Ricky. He must have worked in a front office or something, or has friends, but he's been doing this for the last couple of years. But he throws something out there, and he's right. Just like the whole Karlaftis deal last year, he's getting an extension. He nails it. But he's talking about Kenneth Walker linked to the Chiefs, and it's pretty reliable. But I'm just saying, when he puts something out there, I mean, I wouldn't go to bank on it, but let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, the dude's right.
That's the best part.
He's got like friends.
Yeah, he got friends. Hey, one word on this, Mac. The favorite to be the Milwaukee Bucks' next head coach at 3-1 odds. Taylor Jenkins.
Taylor Jenkins?
Who the hell is that?
He used to coach the Memphis Grizzlies, I would say, and he actually got kind of wrongly or early fired, I would say. Second chance.
Here's the second guy with the odds. Sam Cassell.
Oh.
Okay.
4-1. I don't know what he's doing today.
Celtics, I think.
Sean Sweeney at 5-1. Tom Thibodeau 6-1.
No.
Darvin Ham 8-1. Chris Quinn 10-1. Micah I don't even know who these people are.
A lot of these names.
Mike Budenholzer 14-1 to go back.
That's sad. Sad is the one word.
I honestly, God, don't know any of these people.
Darvin Ham coached the Lakers for like one season and was awful.
I like his sandwich.
Okay. Coming up next, we'll
Jeff
talk
Van
about
Gundy.
Vegas winners and losers
Always.
here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Heartland Men's Health want you to feel better, and they want you to perform better as well, guys, because performance does matter in intimate moments, and don't let ED get in the way. The truth is, most men don't have to live with it anymore, and you may be surprised by how right treatments can improve your love life. And the truth is, ED can ruin the moment, whether you're getting intimate with your partner and you aren't able to perform the way you want to or used to or be able to, and you get really frustrated, right? You get really frustrated about that. But you know what? My friends over at Heartland Men's Health, they can deliver advanced medical science and proven therapies to treat erectile dysfunction. Heartland Men's Health uses advanced medical science to empower male performance with therapies that go far beyond the pills. So call them today and find out what their advanced treatment strategies are, and they offer so much more. Get into Heartland Men's Health today, guys. Do it now. Do it for yourself. Do it for your partner. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and in Lee Summit and in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Here they come. A baseball-sized hailstorm means every roofer for 500 miles is on his way here to ring your doorbell. Before that happens, go online to jrstormcheck.com and relax. JR & Company is locally owned, veteran-owned, and family-owned. JR & Company offers a lifetime warranty on workmanship. But best of all, JR & Company offers a free Class 4 shingle upgrade. What does that mean? Most insurance companies offer premium discounts on Class 4 shingles. Remember, no roofer can legally offer to pay your deductible, but a free shingle upgrade can reduce premiums for years to come. Why do we do this? Because we can. A lifetime workmanship warranty and free shingle upgrade. It's why we say,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Just visit jrstormcheck.com.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for TRT that's flexible enough for your lifestyle? Well, head to Low T Center, the #1 name in TRT. Choose testosterone shots, pills, or inclonopine. That boosting testosterone levels without affecting your fertility. You can get your treatment in the clinic. You can have your testosterone shipped to your door. You can even choose self-pay or insurance coverage for the payment option that works for you. And starting April 1st, Low T Center is offering new treatment options, including PT141, an FDA-approved libido-boosting peptide, new antioxidants, GLP-1 pills, and more. Boost your energy, lose weight, increase confidence, and bring the heat back to your bedroom together at Low T Center. Want to explore treatments that work for your lifestyle and your budget? Book your free T-test now at FixMyLowT.com. And don't miss out on what has been a lifestyle that hasn't felt the same in a long time. That's FixMyLowT.com. FixMyLowT.com.
96.5 The Fan's draft coverage is brought to you by Gann Asphalt and Concrete, the Leavenworth PD, and the Salvation Army Civic Breakfast. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
North KC, 169 highway southbound, very heavy approaching Briar Cliff, just crawling, and it's off again on again, crawling down past the 9 highway interchange. East side 70 westbound, so from Manchester traffic way to 31st Street. Things are heavy in the Grandview Triangle. 49 northbound, 470 westbound, both slow, and then 435 off again on again, heavy from there to the state line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Back at it here on 96.5 The Fan. Wonderful Tuesday for all of you that celebrate. Cheers to two dudes here. Mac, you got to get out of your system, man. You're going to Miami for a bachelor party this week. You leave Thursday?
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot wait. Oh, I'm so excited.
We're at it. Well, you don't need to say like the exact location. You're going to Miami.
Yep, Miami. That's all I know, too. My brother, I mean, who's my best man, Asher, planned the whole thing. I couldn't thank him enough. I mean, legitimately, like, to the T. I mean, people have already paid for their Ubers from the airport. People have already paid for the groceries. They've already been. So when we get there, like, we have second places.
You don't spend anything. That's the rule.
That's the hope, right? We'll see, but yeah,
no, it's not a hope. It's a rule. The bachelor or the bachelorette does not buy a dime. You know, that's not a saying. You don't pay a dime.
Yeah, don't spend
nothing.
anything.
Depends on where you are in life, though, too.
27?
Yeah. You're young. Your friends are probably young. Probably don't have as much money as you'd like. You know, like, if you got some rich friends, great. Let them pony up for everything.
Got one. Yeah.
Okay, let him pony up for everything.
He's coming. He's coming.
Good.
He was invite number 2.
Yeah.
Dad and brother's doing all right, so we got those three coming along.
Okay. So you got some people there that can fund everything.
But yes, you know, you're right. There's a good portion of my friends who couldn't come, and it was part of the hard decision. Like, am I going to do a destination where I know a lot of my friends maybe aren't ready, you know, financially? And I was like, you know what, this is my bachelor party. I want to go do this. I'm going to do it.
I know, and I understand. I wrestled with that same type of stuff. Like, you start to do stuff for your wedding where you feel like you got to please everybody else, and at the end of the day, you have to realize this is not about you. This is about me and my future spouse. That is it. You can't let that outside noise kind of get in and, you know, kind of take over everything. But it's easy to do because everybody's got opinions, especially mothers, you know.
Oh, gosh. Yes, and there's two of them.
That's why I use plural. They all have their opinions, right? You know, and then God forbid you're from a blended family or whatever, and you got 4 mothers that have to chime in on something. But, you know, but then feelings get hurt. People make it about them. And at the end of the day, this day is about you and your bride, and that is it.
Totally.
And so however you want to do it and however she wants to do it, that's what you guys do. And you don't say, well, your mom wants this or her mom wants that or this person wants this. Who cares what Aunt Mary wants? Ain't her wedding, and she ain't scratching the check either. So sit down and shut up, Mary.
Hey, Mary's a nice lady.
Get bent.
I did get your guys' invites on the fridge.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's cute.
Glad those came in. Yeah. Sonja did a great job with those.
Yeah, no doubt. The Dolphins could have had the greatest duo ever. Did you see this yesterday? Did you see this? Hear about this? Miami passed on Justin Herbert as their quarterback and Justin Jefferson as their wide receiver.
Oh.
Yeah, they took Tua at 5, and the Chargers took Justin Herbert at 6.
Yeah, that sucks.
Miami took at 18 Austin Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Vikings took Justin Jefferson at 22.
Oh.
That's diabolical. What's that guy's name? Jeff? Don't let him see that.
Yeah,
tweet.
that's why I look at this and I'm like, I don't buy these people that are in these positions. I mean, there's mistakes made all the time in these drafts, and that's why I was like, all right, whatever. We'll see this guy for 2 years and he'll be on to the next. But I mean, look at Miami; it's a perfect situation. People were loving that guy that they hired, McDaniel, right? Oh, this guy, great hire. Oh, they got Tua, great hire. They're gonna be great together. That thing dissipated faster than the weather. I mean, that thing went downhill almost immediately. Like after Tyreek Hill got the ball taken away from him by Trent McDuffie in Germany. The Dolphins team has not been the same since then. And then he got throat punched by L'Jarius Sneed in that playoff game, and that pretty much ended that entire Miami run and that entire Miami reign. And the best day for that Miami organization was the day they hired McDaniel. That was it. And it went downhill pretty much afterwards. And so now they're stuck as one of the worst teams in the NFL, and they should stay as one of the worst teams in the NFL and try to rebuild that thing instead of piecemealing it together, which is what they've done for the last 25 years.
Yeah, I think they're what you consider logical tanking.
Yes.
Like it's hard to tank in the NFL, but getting rid of all your players, eating all the dead cap, collecting picks for a draft that we think is going to be a pretty big draft in 27. And then it's like, yeah, you know, we'll put talent out there. I mean, you can't literally, it's just, to me, there's like, it's impossible to tank in the NFL. Like, not going to lollygag over the middle and let some like crazy guy
Well,
come
that's
around.
the thing. It's too dangerous. Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, you can maybe fumble, but like, you're not going to go over the middle and be like, all right, just throw me a soft one and let me get lit up in a hospital pass.
Yeah,
Like,
no, we're not doing anything like that. But the front office can tank by not putting the best play. Who's the quarterback in Miami right now? Is it Sage Rosenfels? Is he the guy?
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis is the guy.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's right. They did invest some money into him.
Did, and then they got rid of every weapon.
Yeah, but again, but as long as you tell the quarterback and that guy Jeff, who's the coach, this is the plan, and we're guaranteeing your money for these next 4 years to see this through because we believe that you guys are the guys that we want here at the end. I don't necessarily have a problem with it for a year where they say, hey, look, we're not going to be active in free agency. We're not going to spend a lot of money. We're going to focus on the draft the next couple of years and build our organization with young players, and you're a young coach. We want you to shepherd these guys along through the NFL. I don't have an issue with that as long as everybody's on the same page and that guy Jeff knows what he's getting into down there in Miami. Where I do get upset and get ticked off is when an organization wants to do that and the coach isn't in on it, and you've got two differing things because the coach knows he's going to get fired. I was listening to an interview with a former New York Knicks coach from a couple of years ago, and he was talking about the tanking in the NBA, and he goes, or maybe he was a Nets coach. It was either Nets or the Knicks. He goes, I took all these losses on my record and my resume for all of this. I'm the one that's got to wear all this kind of stuff, and they just let me go and fire me. And I'm like, yeah, you've got to be on the same page. And that's up to the organization to tell these coaches, hey, this is our plan for the next couple of years. Do you want to be part of this or not? And if you do, we'll make it worth your while. If you don't, we'll find the next guy, and that's fine too. But you've got to be on the same page on this because you can't have these coaches out here with a different agenda than what the front office has. You'll never win that way.
Mac, you said your Richard of the Week's probably going to be that columnist that made a rage bait report.
Ollie Connolly.
Get bent.
Yeah, this might be Bob's Richard of the Week.
Kenny with the New York Post. Adam Silver was asked last month about just your future as the commissioner of the WNBA, and he said he didn't know what you wanted to do. So I guess I'm just curious, like, how much do you want to stay the commissioner of the WNBA? How much longer do you anticipate to be in this role?
Well, thank you, Maddie. I do crack up how everybody's focused on me, and you should be focused on the hundreds of amazing women and thousands of women who run this league outside of myself. Our women owners, our women board of governors, our women GMs and women head coaches, and my whole team of, diverse women and men who are working hard every day to get the 30th season tipped off by May 8th. But I appreciate that you're focused on me as well. I wonder whether you would ask that of a man, by the way. But I realize as women, we get asked different questions than men do. But look, I'm so proud of this league.
Every commissioner gets asked about their tenure all the time.
She said I would.
She said I would. Yeah, good. I wonder if you'd ask this question if it was a man. Yeah, I would ask this question because people ask Roger Goodell and especially Rob Manfred all the time.
It's relevant.
How much longer they're going to be doing this. Absolutely, it's relevant to kind of find out what their plan is, what their game plan is, and kind of get a feel for how they're going to run the league, Like if you have one foot out the door, well, you're a lame duck, And so people do need to know that. It is a common question that every commissioner gets all the time. Like that, she was just looking to pick a fight there for no reason whatsoever and try to turn something into headline-grabbing material. That's a bad look for the WNBA commissioner.
Went all the way around it just to be like, hey, would you ask that? Like,
yes,
start with that.
Yes, I would. No, I would ask that
yes,
question.
I am.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would absolutely ask that question of a man. And the fact that it was a female reporter, too, it makes it even better, in my opinion. Like, she was looking to pick a fight for no reason, and I just roll my eyes at her. And quite honestly, you've been around for 30 years and you still haven't really made a dent in the actual sports scene. Maybe they should focus on that. Maybe that's why they're talking about a new commissioner, because maybe she hasn't moved the league forward enough.
I'd also love if that one lady was in the room. She says, after that question, you just keep your head up.
Yeah.
Coming up next, it's Bob's Bonehead of the Week on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you something, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers, local number 2, try to make life easier for everybody in Kansas City, right? You see all these great projects going on? Sheet Metal Workers are a part of that, and they want to help your business now as well. Listen up. If you're an HVAC contractor, the Sheet Metal Workers local number 2 will provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions, and there's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers local number 2. They'll help you adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times you need it the most. They'll provide the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. There's no downside. It's completely free, and there's zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers local number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Oh, baby, Royals baseball is back, and there's only one way to celebrate. That's with a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is 100 calories with 0 bubbles, and you know it, 0 troubles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside, proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Whether you're digging a pond, clearing brush, grading land, or doing demo, Foley Equipment, your local Caterpillar dealer, is your one-stop shop. Buy or rent, Foley Equipment has the machines you need to get the job done. And right now, Foley Equipment has 0% financing with approved credit on new cat skid steers, mini excavators, and compact track loaders. Stop in today to any Foley Equipment location or visit us at FoleyEQ.com. That's FoleyEQ.com.
At Busey, banking is about more than numbers. It's about relationships. For over 150 years, we've been helping individuals, families, and businesses reach their goals with personalized service and local decision-making. Whether you're opening your first account or planning your next big move, we're here with the tools and support to help you move forward with confidence. Busey Bank, your partner for life's moments, both big and small. Member FDIC.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? Overhead Door Company of Kansas City will make it all better. They will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City at 816-221-0072 or schedule online at overheaddoorkc.com.
This report is brought to you by Bet365. Winning is everything.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri.
Royals coverage is brought to you by the Brooksider Sports Bar and Grill. Game day starts here.
KC baseball fans, this is your headquarters. Every game, any screen, catch it all at the Brooksider. Cold drinks, great food, and the energy you want on game day. Brooksider Sports Bar and Grill. Game day starts here.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 highway southbound accident before 29. Keeping things very heavy from Northwest 68th Street through the Grandview Triangle. Things quite slow. 470 westbound, 49 northbound also heavy. Getting on to 435. Things are off again, on again heavy from Grandview Triangle out to Warnell. Kansas side 435 southbound heavy from Woodend down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
The Fan's Draft Party is Thursday, April 23rd, live from the Brooksider Sports Bar and Grill starting at 6 o'clock. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
O'clock hour here in Kansas City. Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey, Dusty Likens all with you on The Fan. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Royals back in action tonight. They take on the Detroit Tigers. NBA play-in game tonight. And Taco Tuesday. big taco guy on Tuesday nights, so I'm not going to have tacos tonight. Soft or hard shell? If you had to choose for a taco.
Soft, 10 out of 10.
But like the corn tortilla or just like the actual flour?
Either
stuff?
flour or corn, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, both are great. Hard, but it's not like a 10 out of 10 like Bob. Like I'm very right in the middle. I could go either way. Love both so much.
I can't remember the last time I had a hard shell taco. Yeah, I
Taco
never.
John's? You
No,
guys don't like soft?
I
Yeah.
got soft. I think the kids got a couple of hard shell ones, but I don't remember the last time I had a hard shell taco. I have to really think about that.
When I go out, I get hard shell, but when we cook tacos, it's always soft shell.
You
That's
make
interesting.
soft shell at home, but you go out and have hard shell.
Man, it's interesting. Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Why do you think? Now we need to know. There's something deeper here, Mac. It's something we really need to dive into. At home, you're a soft shell guy,
Big
but
soft
on the
shell.
road, you're a hard shell guy.
Only hard shell.
Why?
His war is higher at home.
Exactly.
You know, why is that? Why do you do that? I need more information. Like you're a solid soft shell guy at home. You know that every time.
Every
And then
time.
you go out on the road and you're like, you know what? The hard shell sounds good. Why are you straying for what you know?
Maybe it's that Doritos Locos.
It could be. Yeah.
It just falls. The bottom falls out as soon as
Oh,
you pick it up out of
America.
a
Yeah.
little white box. It's
Yep.
like,
there's no. Yeah, that's the other thing with the soft, the hard shell is that
Sog pit.
it ends
It
up like
does.
that. Now, corn tortillas can get that, but that's why you double corn. You single flour, you double corn. So when you double corn, it doesn't fall apart. You don't need to double the
That makes
tortilla
sense, yes.
for the soft flour one.
I'm also the degenerate that does soft and hard on taco night and then just make double-decker tacos.
Okay, so do you smear like beans around the hard shell? and then
queso.
Okay.
Little
so,
cheese.
So you make sure the hard and the soft are stuck together
Do a
at
little
some
spoon
point.
like it's like a little pizza.
I
with
know that
cheese.
I'm hard.
All
right.
Fold it in.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't matter how sloppy the meat goes in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to Bob's Bonehead of the week. I hate myself.
Bob's Boneheads.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I don't normally like to pick on other broadcasters, but I am going to take umbrage with Stephen A. Smith and Brian Windhorst of ESPN. Yesterday, they were on First Take, which is that show where they just scream at each other for an hour.
Why is the show that follows them not called Second Take?
I don't know. It
Okay.
should be, right? Like, so they scream at each other for an hour. And I will say this about Stephen A. Smith. He is basically a two-sport guy, right? He's an NBA fan and he's a football guy. And that is it. And probably doesn't know much about anything else that's going on in the world of sports while he's playing solitaire, and his producers are giving him the information as to what's going on, right? Not a lot of outside football and basketball, and that's fine. Look, it's an NFL world. We all live in it, and you stray a little bit here or there. But when there are big moments, I don't look to Stephen A. Smith to give me my opinion, to give me my take on that, because I don't think he pays attention enough to the other stuff that's going around. And this came from, obviously, the Masters that took place over the weekend. And these guys are reacting to the story of what you talked about yesterday, which I thought was a brilliant move by Rory to fly to Augusta when his kid is at school, play around the golf, fly home on his private jet. And you're like, yeah, that private jet lifestyle, right? And these two guys who don't have an understanding of how things work, and that's what bothers me about this kind of stuff. Like, if you're going to have a hot take, do your research. Understand what the rules are before you go out there and bloviate on something that makes you kind of look foolish. And I thought this made Stephen A. Smith and Brian Windhorst both look a little bit foolish yesterday on First Take when they were complaining that Rory had an unfair advantage because he was going up there and practicing. The Masters rules state you can fly up there at any time as a Masters champion or somebody that's playing in the event and practice on that course if you want to. You got the opportunity to go ahead and do that. All players that are invited to the Masters can arrange a pre-tournament practice round at Augusta National. Rory did not have exclusive access unavailable to others, even though Stephen A. Smith and Brian Windhorst are arguing about that. And so they, again, took something that wasn't a story, just like I believe the Reuben Baines situation, which was the #1 headline on ESPN for a hot minute yesterday, and then all of a sudden it fell to the bottom. But if you're going to talk about something and you're going to talk about a sport, you've got to do your research and have an understanding of what goes on before you go out there and complain that Rory McIlroy had an unfair advantage because he took advantage of the rules that are in place and maybe some other people couldn't or did not. But it's not Rory's fault that he took advantage of rules that are allowed by this particular course. And so that's where I look at Stephen A. Smith. He makes so much money and for the most part is a pretty good host. But when it's something that is out of his lane, I don't think anybody gets embarrassed more than when Stephen A. Smith has to talk about something that isn't basketball or football related. When he talks baseball, forget about it, right? When he doesn't talk hockey, I would imagine not many people do. When he talks, golf and about the Masters, forget about it. It's not on par, if you will, to what the situation is. And I like the Diana Rossini story, and this is a total sidebar with Mike Vrabel that came out. Oh, he's skipping the pre-draft press conference. Well, there was one reporter from Boston who put it out that said on March 11th they released the schedule, and Vrabel wasn't part of it back in March 11th, a month before the Rossini allegation started to float around. But we take that and we run with it because it makes for a better story. And that's what Stephen A. Smith is doing on this one, trying to create a story where there isn't one. Rory was just smarter than everybody else and took advantage of the rules. He did nothing wrong.
They literally took the casual sports fan argument on Twitter that everyone was mad about, didn't do any more research, and just regurgitated what people were saying on Twitter.
That's right.
It's insane.
Yeah.
This is a billion-dollar company and their biggest show that they tout, that they push out with their biggest name on their network, not doing an ounce of reading or research on what I'll add is a top 5 biggest sporting event of the year.
Right.
Also, ESPN, and I love that the article goes through, got one golf guy we can bring on to help Stephen A. out here. Brian Windhurst, you mentioned Stephen A., two-sport guy. Brian Windhurst is a one-sport, one-league.
Right.
He is the NBA. He knows everything about it. That's it. Why is he talking about golf? I don't care.
Bad casting on that day, right?
It's the Masters. It's the day after the Masters. Have your golf guy, whoever that is.
Who is ESPN's golf guy? Is it John Buccigross?
Jason Kelsey?
Jason Kelsey could have been on there and talked about it, but
he at least was there.
Yeah.
They use Marty Smith a lot.
Yeah, Marty Smith is pretty good. He would have been a good one to bring in and have the conversation about. But again, it's a hot take that is great fodder to scream about. And if you get the facts, well, then you lose the entire argument, and then you have to work harder.
Oh, and there it is.
See, that's it. That's the low-hanging fruit. It's low-hanging fruit. Oh, the Masters, he played the course ahead of time. That's not fair. Well, the rules state that anybody who's invited to play can play at any time when they want to.
And every player in this tournament gets to play the course before the tournament
That's what
begins.
I'm saying. Anytime they want to, they can.
Yes.
Anytime. Just make an appointment. Get there. Rory took advantage of it. And look, maybe he's got better means to be able to do something like that, and he's got the ability to get up there and play. But if that's your job and you're serious about it, you find ways to do it. You find ways to get that done. So instead of being mad at Rory, maybe you should be mad at the process and say, maybe we shouldn't allow anybody to play the course ahead of time. And you get there on Thursday or Monday or whatever the week starts, and you see it for the first time. Now, if you want to have that conversation, that's a fun conversation to have. But you can't get mad at somebody for following the rules. That guy was going 45 and a 45. I don't understand this. He's following the rules.
He wasn't even speeding. I think the other thing, too,
you're talking about
is that what rubbed hardo golfers the wrong way is that Rory basically was like, I don't like those two tournaments prior to the Masters, which are in Houston.
Yeah.
And so like, oh, okay. Well, it's like, well, I'm sorry. I'm too busy changing my life.
Right.
And so, yeah. And I don't think anybody's ever heard that before. So then everybody goes down their own avenue of like, well, wait, Rory played this course like 3 weeks in a row before this tournament started? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can too. Well, he flew on a private jet. Well, that's because he's one of the best golfers of all time, and you're not, but you can still drive here.
Yeah.
You could take a charter flight here.
Yeah, you could find a way here.
I'm sure you've got friends.
Right. You can find a way here. And look, Rory does make a lot of money. We were talking about earlier, somebody wanted to know how he compares to Patrick Mahomes. Kind of blows Mahomes out of the water when it comes to the endorsements. Rory gets between $45 and $55 million a year off endorsements. Patrick only gets $20 to $25 million per year off endorsements. Rory makes between $88 and $102 million a year. Patrick is making between $70 and $82 million a year. So the golf money just continues to dwarf even the biggest of NFL monies.
And people that are mad that he's skipping tournaments, it's the Valspar. It's another one. He doesn't need to play that at his status.
Right.
Like, he will play plenty of tournaments throughout the year. And, yeah, maybe he just wants to be at home for dinner with his daughter. So, like, let's maybe put that into a perspective. Because that's what it was. I drop my kid off at school. I fly to the course. I come home. I'm home for dinner. Cool. Sounds great.
Like a dream.
Sounds like a one percenter. Sucks.
Yeah.
You could be mad at the rule. Then right to Augusta. I'm sure they'll listen.
But also, too, that's like you went to work for the day and you came home. Whether you have to work and have to jump on a plane to get to where you're going and however it is, He's not missing time with his kid. Not that that's any of our business, but he's dropping his kid off at school, flying up there, playing golf, flying home, picking her up at school. What a great way to do life, right? And it's the jealousy, I think, for everybody.
Sure it is.
That kind of factors into this.
What do you mean they don't get a ball in the second half if they score? We should change that. Everybody should get the ball in overtime. Signed,
Yeah,
Buffalo
exactly.
Bills.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we'll talk about the Royals for a little bit, and we'll also get into more of Price Carter's cuts of Arrowhead Addict, their lead draft analyst over there, as he talks more things about trading up, trading down, and players that might stick around for the Kansas City Chiefs here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed.
Well, that
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I will tell you, folks, there's a lot going on at QC Kinetics right about now, and you're thinking to yourself, man, my elbow hurts, my knee hurts, all my joints are acting up. What am I going to do? Well, you're going to get that free consultation with my friends over at QC Kinetics. You have to stop saying no to a round of golf or no to playing with the kids because you have elbow pain or knee pain. I want to help you turn that corner. At QC Kinetics, they specialize in regenerative treatments that get you back in the game without surgery or those endless recovery months. Now, be honest with yourself. Does joint pain keep you up at night? Are you leaning on daily meds just to get through the day? If you're answering yes to those questions, you're exactly who QC Kinetics helps every single day. And the best part is it's all done right in their office. There's no downtime. You get your treatment and you go right on with your day. It is that easy. No downtime, no meds, no surgery. Just call them at 816-412-6299 for their free consultation. 816-412-6299 off of 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299. It's QC Kinetics.
Hello, Kansas City. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America and a member of FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
All right, I want you guys to do something for me. I want you to look at your walls at your house right now, or maybe you're outside. I want you to check the outside of your house right now. Do you like the color? Or maybe you do love the color, but you got some paint peeling, whether it's on the inside or the outside, or maybe even on the inside of your house. You're saying, I want to change the color of my walls. What should I do? Well, you're going to call my friends over at Serta Pro Painters. They're going to handle everything because your home's exterior, it could take a beating all winter long. Even in summertime, you get that sun beating down on it and you need that fresh coat of paint because you notice some faded colors, peeling paint, or scuffs that need that attention. Whether inside or out, protect your home with quality paint and a worry-free process from Serta Pro Painters. Their free estimates are detailed and easy to understand, and you'll get a quote right away from professionals dedicated to quality craftsmanship. And right now, they've got their big spring sales event going on, 10% off qualifying projects through May 15th. Remember, each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C. It's CertaPro.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Growing a brand is hard, but reaching the right customers shouldn't be. Meet Outcomes from Viant. We've built an intelligent platform that handles the complexity of digital advertising for you. Powered by advanced AI, we help your brand show up in the right places at the right time and ensure that every dollar you spend leads to a real business result. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code WAGON for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WAGON for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's WAGON.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
You've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 highway southbound very heavy. Hit delays at Northwest 68th Street or a little before. Crawls down past Inglewood with an accident blocking the right lane. Through the Grandview Triangle, things are heavy. 470 westbound. Then 435 is heavy from 103rd to the state line. Kansas side, 435 southbound. Heavy around Holiday Drive. Stays mostly heavy down past Shawnee Mission Parkway with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right, let's put a bow on Masters conversation until next April. Sit back this last night. 8 ways to spend the $4.5 million winnings from Augusta. You could buy 375,000 transfusions.
Oh, wow.
That's 65 fire truck tanks of this stuff. 663 acreage peach farm. Just outside of Atlanta, found pre-zoned peach farm where you could get off the grid and live your best Georgia life.
Okay.
You could buy 900,000 Pro V1s.
Wow.
Should last you a couple months.
Not for me, it wouldn't.
Yeah. You could buy this 3,500 square foot home in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
That is absolutely dumb.
3,500 square feet in San Diego.
$4.5 million.
$5 million?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Only 15-minute walk from the beach. No, you can't see the ocean from your window.
Oh.
Yeah.
No chance.
You could buy a CJ3 Plus jet.
Okay.
To get to Augusta and back home before dinner.
Yeah, I'd buy the jet before I would buy the house, Dusty. I mean, there's no question for me on that one.
Here's where we're
Gotta buy
both
the fuel after the jet, though.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah, fair point, yeah.
Here's where Mac is in. We are out. You could buy 600,000 of the pimento cheese sandwiches and Azalea drinks. We'll take the drinks. Mac and I will Sammy's.
Yeah.
He can drive us home. He'll be full on pimento cheese.
Don't sit in the back.
Sorry, guys. Guts. 23,809 tastes of the Masters kits if you wanted to have a party for the rest of your life. 220,000 double steak Chipotle bowls with guac. All what you can do with the 4.5.
It's a lot of money, and you can get a 350 square foot house or 3,500 square foot house.
3,500
But even still, 3,500. I mean, that's a normal home, right?
15 minutes from the beach, and you're staring at your neighbor's clothesline.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. That
Get
is
bent.
just insane.
Yeah.
$4.5 million.
I mean, it just goes to show you the real estate and how much it costs to live. That's why everybody's leaving California. That and much other reasons. I mean, $6 gas right now.
I could live comfortably at Loch Lloyd for $4.5 million.
Oh,
right?
you'd be I would think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
I would imagine.
Mission Hills?
Yeah.
Buy a $2 million house and still be okay?
You'd be living very comfortable in Kansas City in a $4.5 million home. I would imagine a $4.5 million home in Kansas City is probably 3 times the size of that house in California, just based on location alone.
Man. Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, it's a clear no for me. But the jet, I'd buy the jet. Actually, I'd buy the timeshare on the jet. Then you don't have to worry about the gas prices.
Get a 4,000 square foot home for 1.1 in Loch Lloyd right now.
There you go. That's bigger and 4 times as less.
And it's on a golf course.
And it's on a golf course.
Yeah, that house is probably in a suburb of.
Do they have a picture of what this 3,500 square foot house in San Diego would look like?
But
I really would love to see it.
I don't know if it's accurate. But they do have a picture of like a house in San Diego.
And it just looks like a normal house, right?
Yeah,
it's nothing spectacular.
Looks like mine and Lee Summit.
Okay, so the one in Loch Lloyd, probably you look at it and you go, oh my God, that's unbelievable. Look at how big this house is. It's got a balcony off my bedroom, which that's the new baller move for me, to have the balcony off your bedroom.
That's how you spend your Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, how cool would that be?
For 4.5, you get almost 10,000 square feet, and this house looks immaculate.
Yeah, dude.
Castle.
What did you put in?
So
$4.5 million home in Kansas City or something?
No, I'm in Loch Lloyd.
Oh, you're in Loch Lloyd.
I'm in Loch Lloyd. Yeah, I'm on homes.com. Yeah,
Okay.
4.5 gets you about 10,000 square feet.
Okay.
5 beds, 6 baths, and this just looks incredible. Your own driveway, you're in the woods by yourself. Looks awesome.
Yeah, okay, you're showing me the one in San Diego right now. It looks like it's like the Wonder Years home. If you remember the show The Wonder Years and you remember what their house looked like, that's kind of what that reminds me of a little bit. That size of a house for $4.5 million. How is California going to stay in business?
I don't know.
I'm being serious about that. Who can afford to live out there?
People love it.
Not anymore. They're all moving, though.
A lot of people love it, too.
Yes. I mean, it's expensive, man.
It is.
I don't know how people can make ends meet. $6 gas. I'm having enough problems at $3.59.
Yeah, it cost me Will Shields dollars yesterday to fill up my tank. 68 bones.
Man.
Brutal. Somebody says you can get yourself 20 beers at Arrowhead with that.
The good news is Hy-Vee this weekend, you're going to get 30 cents off a gallon for every $60 you spend at Hy-Vee on Saturday and Sunday. We're back early enough on Sunday to take advantage of that, Dusty.
Right. There we go. Go stock up on Surfsides.
Yeah.
So series that we thought, which I think is still a big series. Sorry, the team that I was thinking of earlier in baseball is the worst team in baseball, I believe, is the Houston Astros. Is that right? They've lost 8 in a row.
Yeah, the Astros have lost 8 in a row. They stink right now. Yeah.
They are 6-11.
I was watching a little bit of their game yesterday. It was being played during the day. They were taking on the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, the Orioles have, or not the, who did I say the Orioles? Astros. I'm thinking orange. The Astros have really tanked it in the last week or so. Yeah, 8 in a row.
Astros 6-11. White Sox 6-10, and Boston 6-10. Toronto 6-9. I just want to keep these numbers
stinky
in the back of your head when you think of these numbers in the American League. Royals play the Detroit Tigers for 3 games. They play tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday afternoon. After that series, it is on to
I have great fears of the Skankies
in New York, where I've got to be a very good Samaritan because I am afraid of New York crowds. But we will be there, feet in the ground of the Bronx. But when it comes to this series against the Tigers, you've got Cole Reagan's pitching tonight. First pitch is at 5:40. Vern's at 4:30 on 96.5 The Fan. Lugo against Flaherty on Wednesday, same time. And then a 12:10 start with Chris Bubich on the mound against Montero. Here's the deal. Okay. How do you make something negative positive? You have 3 versus the Tigers. I would say their situation is worse than yours in Kansas City. And I don't think the Kansas City's is doom and gloom. I think they've got issues at 3 and 4 in the lineup that I am trusting that these veterans can get out of. But I think Detroit's a little bit more down bad than the Kansas City Royals. This is the Tigers. They were supposed to be at the top of the division. Now, granted, the Royals are supposed to be competing with the Tigers for the division. They are, kind of. They're both 7-9. They go into this 3-game series. You can go into Detroit and kind of have this like, all right, we're done with it attitude and really kind of get this team up where it needs to be. Because you go from Detroit to the Yankees to back home. So we all know the Yankees can get bent. No offense in Kansas City. That's kind of how we feel. Detroit, we don't want to see them be successful. But, man, the turnaround and the different narrative you could have for this team early in the season, if you can go take advantage of two teams that are struggling as well as you right now. I mean, the Yankees win last night, but they had lost 5 in a row prior to that. If you can go take 2 out of 3, now that's high wishes, right? That's high, right? A lot of people would say go 500 on the road, go 3-3.
Yeah.
I'd be thrilled with that as well. And then you come home against Baltimore. So I'm not the guy that says that this team is, one hit away. I think they're a situation away and how they can come out positive on that situation. Whether that is, Vinny Pasquantino hits a 3-run jack in the top of the first tonight, or, this team scores 5 runs in an inning, or like you had mentioned earlier, like our manager does a Walt Weiss moment where he gets out there and we've seen this before, like when basketball teams in college. We've seen Bill Self do this.
Bill's
great.
brilliant at getting technicals. Knows exactly when to do it. Yeah.
And maybe there's a moment where, because you don't want it to seem like you're at the frustration point of you're just angry, but maybe you go out there and stick up for one of your guys who just seems to not be getting the right calls, and then you're just getting upset. I thought Q was going to get tossed the other day when they had that delayed game because they're like, what was going on?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's something that sparks it. But you come back, you play against Baltimore and that Taylor Ward guy, but you have a chance to really salvage a slow start, because I mentioned all those records earlier. It ain't just a Royal thing right now. Houston's lost. Detroit's not who they thought they were going to be. Toronto is down as well. Boston, we just saw Crochet get absolutely destroyed last night.
Yeah.
The American League in a whole is in a slump, and the Royals happen to be a part of that. So at a time where you're at a slow start, you've kind of figured out, hearing all of that, this is the one time that if you want an excuse of a slow start, you kind of get it, because you're not the only ones in this fight. And you would think that all these teams we have just referenced, Yankees, Boston, Toronto, Houston, Detroit, Kansas City, most of those teams are going to figure it out. But now you get to figure it out against Detroit early on and kind of separate yourself and kind of nip that narrative away.
And also, too, though, as my mother used to tell me, just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean you should be doing it as well. This was an opportunity while everybody else is tanking to maybe take advantage of that. With some of these teams falling apart early in the season, you had an opportunity to gain some wins against, the Twins and the White Sox, who don't look now, but the Twins are in first place, and don't look now, the White Sox are in last place. But you split a series with the last place team. You didn't sweep a series against the Minnesota Twins, a team that you should be better than. And so now you've got to regroup. But it just all starts with the Royals scoring runs. This is not about their pitching, because that's been awesome, except for the couple of moments out of the bullpen this year. Their starters have been as good as it gets in Major League Baseball. But this comes down to the offense. The Royals are at a -11 run differential already this season, and only one team has scored fewer runs than the Royals in the American League this year, and that is your Chicago White Sox, ladies and gentlemen. And so that's where the big difference lies for me right now, is that the Royals have got to find a way to get those bats going in these two series. They've got to find a way to do it, because if they don't fare well on the road against Detroit and against the Yankees, the draft is here next week, and you may be talking about the draft. I was talking to somebody yesterday about it, and I was just like, wow, we got another week to the draft. Are the Royals going to be able to play good baseball to get us to the draft this year? And there is some concern from a lot of fans. And so it really all starts with this offense waking up, getting those bats moving, and maybe playing a different style of baseball. I mean, sometimes you got to play that small ball. Sometimes you got to bunt. Sometimes you have to hit and run. Sometimes you have to steal base after base after base just to give yourself an opportunity to score those runs when your bats aren't working. And so that's where the Royals are right now. You've got to start scoring some runs, because your pitching has been phenomenal. It has been probably the best in baseball when it comes to a starting rotation standpoint. And as we said last year, World Series rotation, minor league offense. And we're seeing that again at this point of the season. The offense needs to get going. They need to find a way to start scoring some runs. And if they can't score the runs, this pitching can't go out there and pitch, shutouts or negative run games every day.
Right. So we'll see. First pitch at 5:40. Josh Fernier on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for the Kansas City Royals at 4:30. Short day for Carrington. Early start for us. I love me a good 5:40 baseball time. I'm not going to lie to you.
Hell yes. That's perfect.
I mean, you've got 2 innings in the book before you're starting to eat dinner, at least in my house. Maybe you guys eat earlier. I don't know.
Yeah, depends. Usually a little earlier.
Okay. Speaking of the NFL draft, Arrowhead Addicts lead draft analyst Price Carter joined Bob and I yesterday, and we had a conversation about, situational stuff. We saw the report yesterday of Daniel Jeremiah. We know that he is pretty involved in the NFL and all that sort of stuff. You kind of trust him, right?
Sure,
He's not one of those like Daniel Jeremiah guys that I'll fall for every once in a while. And he had Jeremiah Love somehow mocked to the Kansas City Chiefs. Confusion for me, and I think Price kind of sets it up perfectly.
Yeah, I got nothing here, right? If the Chiefs were to draft Jeremiah Love, they'd instantly have the most expensive running back room in the NFL, given the Kenneth Walker contract and whatever else they're paying to Imari DiMercado and then Jeremiah Love. That just doesn't make sense. That's very poor roster construction for a team that has so many larger, expensive guys, especially when you factor in the interior offensive line. I guess if you want to be a purist and say if Jeremiah Love is on the board at pick 9, he is the best available player, we'll sort it all out later. And yes, it's one of those things, the brain says no, the heart says yes. If Jeremiah Love were just dropped on the Chiefs, it'd be hard not to be excited about that tandem with Kenneth Walker. You factor in the fact that Kenneth Walker has never played 50% of the snaps and was spelled by Zach Charbonnet quite a bit in Seattle. It would be interesting, and there's a lot of connections there. A former 5-star kid out of St. Louis, a track athlete. He catches the ball well, led the country in explosive run rate. There's so many things to like about Jeremiah Love's game, but the Chiefs have a lot of other holes, and taking that position and that spot, given where this roster is with some other big needs, it's kind of wild.
It's weird to me, the emotions I think that like separate this city on that pick. Because I think a lot of people that tend to kind of get into it, like I'm at like total fatigue mock draft at this point. Like I'm that way, like after 2 weeks of them being out there. But like this is interesting because to me, this is my opinion. If Jeremiah Love falls to 9, you answer every single phone call you can within those 4 minutes before you can get out of that pick. And then you can really dictate what you can do in the draft. I don't think he's going to. I think this is where we're at. We've just done this so long, and then you want to be different than somebody else's mock so you can get people to maybe drift over towards your page for the cliques. But I'm with Price here, man. Like it just does not make sense to me. And if you guys can talk me into it, I'm all ears. But having him on this roster after spending the money on Ken Walker and then going to get him plus DiMercado plus Rashard Smith if he even matters. But like all of that, and then you're like, we still need a corner. We still need another corner. We need a wide receiver. We need a defensive edge. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's roster malpractice if you draft Jeremiah Love. You spent the money on Ken Walker. That's where you added to that position. You did that in free agency so you wouldn't have to do that in the draft. And all of a sudden now, if you spent all that money on Ken Walker and you drafted Jeremiah Love, as we talked about yesterday, maybe you could have spent that money elsewhere in free agency and maybe made your team overall better. I just don't see how drafting Jeremiah Love at 10 makes a lot of sense right now for where this roster is and the needs that are on this roster. I also don't think he gets past 5. Just talking to people I know around the Giants, it's like they love him at number 5. I actually talked to somebody yesterday who was at Notre Dame over the weekend, and they think he's going to the Giants. Like everybody feels like number 5 at the Giants is where Love is going to go. Now, could that be a smokescreen by the Giants? You bet that could be a smokescreen by the Giants doing all of that to try to get somebody else maybe at number 5. But there's a lot of smoke there for him potentially going to the Giants. And I think, quite honestly, guys, I don't know how you would feel about it. I would be kind of stunned if he dropped all the way to number 9. Because I also think, don't the Saints have the pick ahead of us, right?
They have the pick 8, yeah.
Right? And there's been links to him going there as well. I don't even know that he makes it to 8. I think if he's there at 5, the Giants are sprinting up to the podium with that card to take Jeremiah Love.
Do you know the Saints almost had Mahomes?
I heard that story, once or twice,
The Saints would be kind of a similar conversation I'm sure they're having in New Orleans.
Yeah.
They just paid Travis Etienne.
Exactly.
They're having the same
And
conversation.
they have Alvin Kamara. Like they have Alvin Kamara
do
still.
right now, yes.
Yes.
When's
In name
that
only,
going to change?
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When's that going to change is the kind of the next thing we're waiting on. But
Yeah.
for me, I guess I'll play the other side is that the reasons that you take it, and I've done this before, is that you mentioned we need a corner, we need an edge, we need a wide receiver. Well, we've talked about all these prospects. Are we crazy about any of them? No. There's more question marks about these wide receivers and especially the corners at 9 than there are surefire things. If you're talking about edge rusher, we like Reuben Bain's floor. But when they talk about his floor, a guy at 9 playing defensive tackle who you drafted as an edge, that's not awesome. That's not a hit. Jeremiah Love is a surefire hit, and I think that's as surefire as it can get for a draft pick, right? As least of a dice roll as it is. And I think that's part of it. And this team needs good players more than anything. And I think we look too much at that RB next to his name. Yeah, are they going to be on the field at the same time all the time? No, but I think they'll be playing dual snaps a lot more than you would think. Jeremiah Love is a better route runner and a better pass catcher than Saquon Barkley.
I think the thing that's interesting to me is that normally running backs are going to start wanting to get paid by year 3.
Mm-hmm.
You sign Ken Walker for 2 years, so then you're going to, or 3 years with a third-year option, right?
It's essentially a 2-year
So then
deal.
he's gone after 2, and then you've only used Jeremiah Love for 2 of the years, split time. Then you're going to invest all your money into that running back then? Like, the timeline is what really confuses me, to have a rookie come in where the guy that you know is going to be here for 2 years consistently. And then it's like, but the other thing that Price mentioned is like, we have not seen Ken Walker be the bell cow.
No, we have not.
And I don't think that we will.
And that's
in Kansas
the
City.
argument there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they have other running backs. I don't think we're going to see Ken Walker get 90% of the snaps. Again, I think that's malpractice when you give a running back that many percent of the snaps. I mean, you have to have I don't want to even say a 50-50 split, but a decent enough
60-40?
Yeah, probably a 60-40 split where
Detroit
you're giving.
does it perfect.
Yeah, they do a nice job. They really do. I mean, and the Chiefs did it. Like Todd Haley did a great job when they had, Thomas Jones and Jamal Charles together. I mean, that's the way you want to utilize your running back position. And if you have 2 running backs like that, hey, by all means, go ahead and do it. But I don't think you draft in the top 10 and take a running back when you just signed a running back. That just doesn't make sense to me.
It's not what I would do. It would be malpractice as far as financials are concerned. I just think people are a little bit too, oh my gosh, that would be the worst pick of all. No, he's an amazing player, and they'd have the best running back duo in the league. And those 2 on the field at the same time with Travis Kelce, with Rashee Rice, and with Xavier Worthy. Man,
what year was Priest in when they went and got Larry Johnson out of Penn State?
That was year 2005.
And he got here in 02?
Maybe.
And he got
Priest
here
got here in 01. So I want to say probably 04. I mean, I know Vermeil was still the head coach because I remember, Larry Johnson, you picked him. It was right after they drafted him. We're at the buffet eating whatever food they had for us at the time. Different world back then. We were eating with the coaches.
And you're eating a buffet.
That's all they had. You were there for like 12 hours a day on Saturday and Sunday covering the draft. But it was beautiful because you could just walk back into the coach's office, sit down, have conversations, figure out what they were doing. Wonderful times back then covering the NFL. And I remember when they drafted Larry Johnson, we're standing there eating, and I said to Vermeil, oh, you drafted a running back? He goes, yeah, we got burnt ends today. And that was an offensive coach.
Burnt ends.
We'll switch it up and have some fun on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan. You're over Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carlos Esteves, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I was excited this morning to hear that Hy-Vee is offering gas bonuses all weekend long. You're going to save money when you spend $60 at Hy-Vee on Saturday and Sunday. You're going to get 30 cents off per gallon for every $60 that you spend. And that is great news because you're going to save money at the pump. And I love doing that. But you know what also is awesome? You're going to earn those fuel perks when you get your groceries delivered or even when you just pick them up at Hy-Vee. And that's something that Hy-Vee offers to everybody, man. Everybody's life is busy. We got 4 sports going on in our house right now, and I know how busy we are. And sometimes you just want to go to Hy-Vee.com and let them do the shopping for you. You choose your store, select your items, and then Hy-Vee will take care of the rest. And all I have to do is either pick up my order or have it delivered to my home, which is free, by the way, with my Perks Plus membership. So Hy-Vee's taking care of everybody. We're saving you time. We're saving you money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
At Telly Tire, when it comes to car problems, we've heard it all. From tires to timing belts to faulty air conditioning. Ooh. At Telly Tire and Auto Centers, we've been fixing problems like these and customers' bad days for over 80 years. So relax and take it to Telly. Schedule your service at tellytire.com.
Looking for TRT that's flexible enough for your lifestyle? Well, head to Low T Center, the #1 name in TRT. You can choose between testosterone shots, pills, or inclonopine. Pay with insurance or out of pocket. and even have your treatment shipped to your door. And now Low T Center is offering new peptides, new treatments, and more. Boost your energy, your libido, and your confidence for results that you can feel. Book your free testosterone test right now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Here they come. A baseball-sized hailstorm means every roofer for 500 miles is on his way here to ring your doorbell. Before that happens, go online to jrstormcheck.com and relax. JR & Company is locally owned, veteran-owned, and family-owned. JR & Company offers a lifetime warranty on workmanship. But best of all, JR & Company offers a free Class 4 shingle upgrade. What does that mean? Most insurance companies offer premium discounts on Class 4 shingles. Remember, no roofer can legally offer to pay your deductible, but a free shingle upgrade can reduce premiums for years to come. Why do we do this? Because we can. A lifetime workmanship warranty and free shingle upgrade. It's why we say,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Just visit jrstormcheck.com.
Had enough of your sportsbook holding back on the rewards? Fanatic Sportsbook opens a lane to a world of exclusive perks. Use Fan Cash to step up your tunnel walk with authentic NBA jerseys and vintage fits. Be there for the biggest moments with game tickets and rub shoulders with NBA greats through meetups and Fanatics experiences. Make the switch and get access to a highlight reel of rewards with Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put.
The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
96.5 The Fan's draft coverage is brought to you by Gann Asphalt and Concrete, the Leavenworth PD, and the Salvation Army's Civic Breakfast. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Northland 169 highway southbound recovering, but still heavy from Northwest 68th Street down past Inglewood with an earlier problem in the right lane. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results. Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right, Mac, let's see if you can get Bob's eyes to roll here, because a little college basketball, before we have a little bit of a fun topic here. There is a recruit that has got 2 schools in his repertoire Kentucky and Kansas. That is Tyron Stokes. What's the report that you just saw?
So it initially comes from TJ Walker, who's a sports talker radio guy. Tyron Stokes, number 1 recruit for 2027. This is TJ Walker, quote, hates Adidas shoes, enough hate that it's hurting KU's pitch.
Yeah,
Sold his Adidas shoes immediately after the All-American game. The good news for UK fans is this will all be over in a couple of weeks.
UK fans?
Kentucky. So he's between Kentucky and KU. So Matt Jones then steps in, Kentucky sports radio guy on ESPN. I'm not sure what Kentucky does if Stokes actually needs 2 weeks to decide. I guess we'll find out. And then another reporter said she also hates Adidas shoes, but Bill Self told him he came back another year to coach him.
Yeah, well, it's interesting to see that because that's been going on since KU signed the Adidas deal. I mean, it was like the day they signed the Adidas deal, people were like, well, kids like Nike. I don't know. It's a bad deal for you. I mean, I've heard that kind of story forever and a day. Give him a couple of more bucks. He'll really like Adidas shoes, you know?
Because Alex said he is already signed through Nike.
Yeah, you just cover up the brand on your shoes. Yeah,
because I told him the story back in the day. I don't know how much truth there is to it. Is Tiger Woods always hit a Pro V1? Well, Nike and Tiger were hand in hand. So what did Nike do? They just replicated the exact model of the Pro V1 and put a Nike switch over and said, here you go, Tiger.
Perfect.
Right. Yeah, we recreated the ball for you. Yeah. And so I look at these situations and I wonder now also, too, how much longer are these shoe deals at these universities going to be in place now that we have the NIL deal and kids are coming in with their own brands? It's very much, and I hate to go down this rabbit hole, but very much like what we saw with the Dream Team where they were using the American flag to cover the Nike swoosh or whoever the Olympic provider was if they were with a different brand, whether it was, say Charles Barkley was with Adidas at the time or whoever, they were using the Olympic flag to cover the Nike logo so they wouldn't be associated with that. So that kind of stuff has been going on since the cows have come home. And so that's why I look at that, I go, yeah, that's commonplace. We've heard that a long time, but now there's different ways around that, I would imagine. Like you could wear the shoes that you want to wear because you're an independent contractor when you go to these universities.
So, yeah, I don't know. That'll develop.
Yeah, that'll develop. He wants to see roster construction
Bob's
from both
right,
teams.
When he says just throw him a few more bucks.
Yeah.
What, Flory Badunga got $5 million to go to LSU, to go to Louisville.
Yep. Wow. They paid $9 million for a point guard and him.
It's crazy. I mean, so the money's out there, and Kansas obviously will spend the money to get the players that they want in this draft class, if you want to call it that. But yeah, the shoe thing has been going on for forever and a day, man. Guys are so loyal, obviously, to their brands as they should be, and that's where you wonder, like, how much longer can this continue to go in college, where there are these brand exclusive places if kids are already coming into these universities with deals? Because what are you going to do? You got your Adidas guy. Max, my Adidas guy. Yeah, I got all these great players that all wear Adidas already. They got to go to KU. Yeah, but I really want that kid who wears the Nike shoes. Is the Nike guy going to allow his kid to go to an Adidas school? How are we going to work through all of this? Like, these are just things that just keep coming up when you peel back the onion of this NIL situation. And that's why I said when being at Iowa State over the weekend opened my eyes to just how difficult it's going to be for these universities to keep up this pace. I just don't know where the money's going to continue to come from for all of this, because if shoe deals start going by the wayside, that's a big chunk of money that these universities make. But you could do that back in the day because you weren't paying players to come in. They were going to wear your shoes. They had to wear your shoes. Now you get a guy that's coming in. He's been signed with Nike for 2 years making money. He's not going to switch to Adidas shoes.
So you leave your shoes on when you watch movies, but you have a fun topic here for us on our rundown, and it is?
4 movies you could watch for the rest of your life, and that is it. Which 4 are they for you?
Do you have yours?
I do.
What are they?
Shawshank Redemption,
okay.
Home Alone, Back to the Future, and My Cousin Vinny.
Wow. We've got 2 of the same.
One more time. Home Alone.
Shawshank Redemption, Home Alone, Back to the Future, and My Cousin Vinny.
Wait, we have 2 of the same. 2 of the same. Okay.
Mac?
Shawshank Redemption, Back to the Future, School of Rock, Saving Private Ryan.
Those are good ones. Yeah, classics.
Watch School of Rock every day, like a whole summer.
Did you really?
Me and my little sister, every day after swim practice, came home and watched School of Rock. Yeah, it's a good one.
So great memories. That's why you like that
yeah,
one.
Nostalgic.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
fun,
is. Sure,
easy.
Yeah. And you said Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah. Less easy.
Yeah, it's a hard watch.
Less
yeah,
easy.
Yeah.
Craziest thing about Saving Private Ryan, the first 25 minutes, 0 dialogue.
And one of the best openings to a film.
You don't need the dialogue.
No.
We don't need no dialogue.
You're locked in.
Yeah.
I think my 4 would be Terminator 2, which I just found out they're having their 35th anniversary, and they're going to put it in movie theaters. So I can go see that in, like, that form. I've only seen it as like on TV in my house or a DVD or like a VHS. Yes, that old. We'll go Sandlot number 2.
Good one.
Love it.
Zootopia.
Nice.
I'll go with number 3. Great message, great movie, fun. Dash,
Very
dash,
good.
100-yard dash. And then LA Confidential is my 4th one. It is a fantastic, underrated movie that is full of stars.
Honest to God, when I saw this yesterday on X, I thought we would all have Home Alone on our list.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Dusty, you didn't especially.
Yeah, as much as you love that movie.
I expected both of you guys. I do like Home Alone, but yeah, it doesn't quite crack.
I love the movie Home Alone in the sense of Christmas time.
Gotcha.
I'm not watching it in July. I don't watch it in
fair.
August, but Christmas time, I'll watch it at least 3 times.
And see, I have that movie on my list because, as we've talked about before, every generation loves that movie. From my parents who are grandparents to my children, everybody loves Home Alone. Like, literally, have you ever met somebody that hasn't liked that movie?
I'm sure there's somebody out there.
I mean, I
haven't met him.
I haven't met him. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've never met somebody who goes, "Oh, Home Alone's not a good movie." Really?
913 says Goofy movie, Forrest Gump, Sandlot, Vampires in Brooklyn. Haven't seen that last one.
I haven't seen that last one either.
Vampire in Brooklyn is awesome.
Okay. 816 Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction, Christmas Vacation, and then Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, that's good. I like those. Those are good ones.
785. I mean, pretty simple. Matrix 1, 2, 3, Shawshank. There you go. I haven't seen 2 or 3. I'm sorry.
I've only seen the first one as well.
I don't know. I didn't know I was missing a lot, but maybe I am. I'll do that for you. Here we go. Yeah, Forrest Gump, Heat. Ooh, that's a good one. Godfather 2, Friday Night Lights. It's a good foursome.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really good threesome.
I think the reason I chose mine in the way that I did is Terminator 2, I think, is the greatest film of all time. It just holds up. And it's kind of sci-fi. Not kind of. It is sci-fi.
Yeah.
Sandlot's the sports movie. Zootopia is the feel-good movie. And then LA Confidential is my true crime. So I get like a lot of different niches in that. And if you haven't, I'm telling you, man, LA Confidential is a must-watch.
Yeah, I mean, the cast itself is
It's
stacked.
insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Guy Ritchie, Russell
Crowe,
Crowe, very young.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's in it. Yeah, lost him. But, it's at the time.
Acting.
At the time.
Yes,
yeah, it was the
acting.
movie good.
Yes.
Because the 5th one on my list would be American Beauty, which is also a Kevin Spacey film, which is a fantastic movie.
Got a Fight Club mention here.
Fight Club's a great movie,
It's a really,
too. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so funny you said we have a Fight Club mention here, too. The first rule of Fight Club is we don't mention Fight Club.
And that's what's funny is I was telling you guys about Shawshank. It was a flop in the theater.
Terrible flop.
But since
Crazy.
like Blockbuster was thriving, people would go rent it, and they started watching it, and
They're
the
like,
word
this is
spread,
good.
and it was like, wait a minute. That Forrest Gump movie was fantastic. Like we're not doubting Tom Hanks' performance in Forrest Gump, but man, oh man, was Tim Robbins great as Andy Dufresne and Morgan Freeman as Red. Like all this, like go back and watch it. Like I remember this is a true story, and this is embarrassing. We rented Gladiator, turned it off after 30 minutes. We were bored. Rented it, turned it off after 30 minutes, bored. And then it came out as like the HBO feature film on a Friday night, and I was like, I'm going to watch this. And I ran upstairs, and I looked at my stepdad, I'm like, why do we turn Gladiator off? He goes, I almost ran down and asked you the same question.
That's funny.
And it's one of the best films I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Somebody says, Scream, Apollo 13, Amy of Darkness, A New Hype. I'm glad to see that, that Carrington has joined the text line. Yeah, Jurassic Park, Alien, Star Wars, A New Hope, and The Dark Knight.
I just thought of the first 4 movies that came to mind for me.
Yeah.
I made this pretty simple. Like, if I have to watch 4 movies, what are the first 4 that come to my mind? Those are the 4 that I like probably the most,
Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones, Last Crusade. Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull. That's a lie. That movie sucked. Coming up next, we'll get into Start Bench Cut here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics want you to feel better, right? And they want you to do it without surgery, without pills, and without downtime. And I want you to do that as well because I want you to feel better. I don't want a knee or an elbow or a hip or your back to keep you out of doing what you love most, and that's headed into vacation season and spending time with those that you love. You don't want to sit there and say, I can't do that today. My knee hurts or my elbow hurts. And at QC Kinetics, they specialize in regenerative treatments that get you back in the game without surgery or those endless recovery months. Now, be honest with yourself for a second. Does joint pain keep you up at night? If you're answering yes to that, then you're the folks at QC Kinetics who they need to see right now, and they help folks like you every single day. And the best part is it's all done right in the office. No downtime. You get your treatment, and you go right on with your day. It's that easy. There's nothing more meaningful than reclaiming your mobility, and you can do that at QC Kinetics with their free consultation. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Located off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299. It's QC Kinetics.
Oh, baby, Royals baseball is back, and there's only one way to celebrate. That's with a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is 100 calories with 0 bubbles, and you know it. 0 trouble, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside, proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Forget what you think being a cop is. In Leavenworth, we're not robotic, no egos, just real people doing real work and loving it. You'll have a front row seat to action you can't script, and you'll do it with the latest high-tech tools in modern policing and technology that helps you do the job smarter and safer. It's real. It's not for everyone, but if you want in, come apply.
Leavenworth PD. We're different on purpose. Got questions? Give Sergeant Flynn a call and apply now at leavenworthks.gov/police. That's leavenworthks.gov/police.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Future therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan, and the ones you don't. For the time you forgot your charger at the gate,
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
Royals coverage is brought to you by the Brooksider Sports Bar and Grill. Game day starts here.
Kick off your weekend early at the Brooksider. Thursday night reverse happy hour means great deals and even better vibes. Grab your crew, grab a drink, and stay for the game. Brooksider Sports Bar and Grill. Game day starts here.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 highway southbound heavy at I-29. Stay slow down past Briarcliff. Earlier problem at Inglewood has cleared. 635 southbound heavy from the split with Fairfax Trafficway crawls down to the bridge with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey Kansas City, this is Cole Reagans. On your way home from the K, tune into Vern's postgame show right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Here's Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac with this week's edition of Start, Bench, Cut.
Kind of wish the cameras were on all three of us right there because we all put our headphones on simultaneously at the same time.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was like, here's Mac, Dusty, and Bob. We're all locked in.
That could be like a good promo for TV, you know?
It is Start Bench Cut time, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Get in the know with Jay's Southland Tow. You can also text into the Jay's Southland Tow text line 913-586-7965 and feel free to nominate a Start Bench Cut. Will we get to it? We'll find out. We just talked about movies in your top 4 you take all time. You guys are the ones that have significant others, and I'm sure you've had all 3 of these events happen. So what's better? The movie date? The dinner date, but like an upper scale dinner, right? You're not just going to like a chain restaurant on a Friday night to get something to grub and go back home. Or a spontaneous date.
I'm going to start the spontaneous date because that's my mindset. Like, oh yeah, it sounds great when I make plans
Your
in
mom
advance.
hates that idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
She's
exactly.
a planner.
She's a planner, as you know already.
Oh, yeah.
But like for me, it's like somebody says, "Hey, you want to go to dinner next Friday?" Sure, that sounds great. Then as I get closer, I'm like, "How do I get out of this?" Right. So the spontaneous thing for me is what I like the most, and then I will bench the dinner date, and I will obviously cut the movie date.
I feel the same way with the spontaneity, but I will say that's not with my significant other. I can do the planned things with the significant other.
Yeah,
and not
I
have
can
that
do that.
feeling.
Yeah.
I'll start dinner, I'll bench spontaneous, and I'll cut movie date.
I
like
love
the movie
being-
date,
yeah.
but it's just not as much a date.
I love the spontaneous guy. I love being spontaneous.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, let's just drive downtown and see what happens.
See where we go.
See where we go. Yeah.
It's kind of fun that way. All right, it's NBA play-in night. Oh, Charlotte and the Miami Heat.
Yep.
What is Spoelstra going to do next?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Which there you go, the head coach. And then, maybe Bam has another 90 points tonight. We'll see. How's he not an MVP discussion? NBA play-in, MLB play-in, which is like that wild card game, right?
Wild card.
Or the NCAA round 1 play-in.
I'll do the NCAA. I'll start that. Those kids always play for their lives. I'll bench baseball, and I'll cut the NBA because most of the guys tonight would probably rather lose.
Oh, wow. I don't know about that. I'll start the MLB wild card, I'll bench NBA, and I'll cut NCAA play-in.
I was going to put the NFL like opening playoff weekend because honestly, those games aren't good.
Since they added an extra team. Yeah.
We watch, but they're normally not good.
It's when people realize that football is boring because they're not watching Red Zone for the first time all year. And then they realize that the football only moves 18 minutes in an NFL game, and they last 3 hours and 12 minutes. Meanwhile, baseball games last 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it's up 4 minutes this year because of the ABS, and people are losing their minds. Why don't we worry about how do we cut down time of football games?
You would have loved to have been following Rory on Sunday, right?
Like on the course?
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mac, yes, no?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So would you rather go see the Masters on a Sunday, Game 7 of an ALCS or NLCS game, or an AFC championship game?
Well, I'm going to start the Masters because I've done the other two, and so for me, I would start the Masters, bench the baseball, and then I would cut the football.
Same order. Yeah.
Okay. We're in a pivotal time of our lives, guys, where the thermostat becomes a discussion of, see?
Ridiculous.
Get
What's
bent.
it at? Turn it up a little warmer. So are you start, bench, cut? The air conditioner set at 68, the heat at 71, or windows open when it's 60 at night?
I would start the windows open, but with the allergies, it's tough for Jen to deal with that. And I'm sure for a lot of people, I'm sure for you too, a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But I would love to have the cross breeze going in the house. There's nothing
do you have an
better.
attic fan?
Yeah, we do.
Jealous.
Yeah, that's nice.
60s at night, I would start AC at 68 and then heat at 71.
Yeah, I'll start AC at 68 just because of my allergies. I'll bench the windows, and then, heat, get bent.
Yeah, I don't think the heat gets above 70 degrees in the wintertime for me, which is kind of satanic for a lot of people. Like,
You
really?
think that's cold?
They think that's way too cold.
Oh.
I mean, I'll put my heat at 68 during the winter sometimes.
When my wife and I first started dating, I was working somewhere else and wasn't getting paid much money. I kept the heat at 55 because I couldn't afford to turn it on any higher.
Put a couple blankets on the bed,
That's
put some
exactly
pajamas
right.
and socks
That's what I
on,
said,
baby.
man. You can just get warmer, get under the covers.
Yeah.
Come a little closer.
Yeah.
I
just
saw
want
this
a wind
yesterday. It was like pick 4 or something like that on Twitter. I took 3 of them because it's start bench cut. $25K a month, debt free, own 3 rental properties.
Okay, I just absolutely changed my entire order after you mentioned them because I was going to start debt free, but then I figured if I can get $25K a month, I'll be debt free. So I'll start $25K a month, I'll bench being debt free, and then I'll cut owning 3 rental properties because that's work and you got to deal with tenants.
That's fair.
Depending on location, too.
No, that's a good point.
Man, we had a rental property one time, and it was fine, but it was, it was in St. Louis, and we were here, and so it was just,
Ideally, it's passive income that's just coming in, but most of the time, that's not the way it works.
No,
and
if
not
you got
super
good tenants,
passive.
it is. But if you got guys that are busting your walls and stealing things, and
late on rent,
yeah, and you got to knock on. Like we were so very fortunate. Our people just paid us. They were, just out of college and had their first jobs and all that. They were great tenants.
Like if I had 3 rental properties in downtown Lee Summit, I'd be jamming.
Oh, it'd be fun. That'd be
But
great.
that's like, segregating the question because like 3 rental properties could be $4.5 million house in San Diego.
And then they sit empty, and then you're stressing over how to get tenants in these things. So,
The start is a no-brainer. It is $25K a month. That is $300,000 a year. So, I'm going to start that. I'll bench debt-free. And then, you guys kind of talked me out of it. The floor is too low with the rental properties. It could be a pain in the ass.
Very low. I mean, again, especially the tenants. They don't care. It's a rental.
Well, and you don't know, like, what the concern could be, right? Like, when my mom was working in hospital, she'd get calls like, my head hurts. I don't know what to do. Take some aspirin and then call us in about 4 hours.
Yeah.
There's something happening with this sink. Did you turn the hot water all the way off? Oh, it stopped leaking.
Yeah, that's the other stuff. You get some tenant in there that doesn't know how to turn on the lights or,
It's tough. This is assuming these guys will end up Chiefs if they do. Would you rather see Carter Jensen win Rookie of the Year this year? Chiefs draft Ruben Bain. He wins Rookie of the Year defensively. Or they draft Carnell Tate and he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Interesting one because I think Ruben Bain makes you better overall. So I'm going to say start Ruben Bain for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'll bench Tate for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and then I'll cut Carter Jensen for Rookie of the Year in baseball. Because if the other 2 guys, 3 and 4, don't improve, the team's not going to be any
good. It
good.
doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's fair. It would mean something maybe for the future of the team, though.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'll start the Ruben Bain, though, because I think you're right. If he's a Defensive Rookie of the Year, that means, he
did something.
A lot of pressures.
Yeah.
He had 7 or 8 or more sacks. No, that we got a stud. We got a star. We got the steal of the draft. I'll start that. I'll bench Jensen just because of the longevity and what it could mean for the future of the Royals, and I'll cut Tate, but that's a good one.
Last but not least, the one I showed you, I think it was the other day at Comerica Park, the little divider they had. It looked like the perfect baseball combo. But if you could only start one, cut one, and bench one, it was nachos, hot dog, and popcorn.
I'm going to start the popcorn, bench the hot dog, cut the nachos. I think nachos at the ballpark have gotten so just terrible. It's a bag of chips and cold cheese anymore.
Sounds good to me. I'll start the dog, bench the nachos, and popcorn.
Popcorn just kind of does hit different when you are at a baseball game.
That's fair. It is good.
It lasts long, too. But yeah. Men's wieners. Yeah, because I saw that thing yesterday about which 4 you would keep. Because one of them was like retire by 40, $25K a month, debt free, and own 3 rental properties.
Yeah, the $25K a month covers all of that, though.
Yeah, you're making upper
yeah,
tier.
I mean, if you're making $25K a year,
it's $300,000 a year,
or $25K a month, like you shouldn't really be in debt. Maybe if you're counting your house and you're fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Those are payments you're always going to have. What was it? $25K.
Yeah, own 3 rental properties.
Retired
you can do that
by 40. If you're making $25K a month, you could be retired by 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
if you do it the right way. Yeah. So the $25K a month is the number one leader in the clubhouse because it makes everything else possible.
Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it didn't make all of that stuff possible, I'd still take the $25K a month. Yeah.
Where it all went south 2 years ago for the Kansas City Chiefs.
here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday mornings starting at 6 right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
The weather outside is perfect for my lawn. That's right. It gets watered now every single day, and it looks better and better and better. I love looking at my lawn now because the folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have done such an amazing job giving us the best-looking lawn on the block. And it wasn't like they started from something great. They started from the worst lawn on the block, and now they've turned it into the best lawn on the block. Gone are the dandelions, gone are the weeds, gone are the dirt patches, gone are the crabgrasses. Everything is out. It is just a pure, beautiful green lawn. And they can do that for you as well, because if they can do that for us, they can take care of anybody. Their college-educated professionals know exactly what to do for everybody's individual lawn. They study the soil, they look at the seeds, they study the weather, they know everything about it, and they get your yard looking awesome. And if they can do it for me, they can do it for you as well. Aspen offers full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. And right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Hey, it's Rex here with Rex Buys KC. I get it. Selling your house can sometimes feel overwhelming or scary, right? I've seen it too many times. A homeowner thought they had a deal, only to have the buyer back out at the last minute. That's not how we do business at Rex Buys KC. I'm local, I know Kansas City, and I make sure every deal actually closes like it's supposed to. No hidden fees, no showings, no last-minute surprises, just a fair cash offer and a process you can count on. We buy homes in any condition and judgment-free. So whether your house needs repairs or you just want a fast, hassle-free sale, we can make it happen. If you want certainty, transparency, and someone local who actually delivers, call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time. 816-330-6000 or rexbuyskc.com.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
It is not hard to destroy a college. Last season, the podcast Campus Files brought you stories of fraternity drug rings, stolen body parts, campus cults, and more.
And now Campus Files is back for another season.
There's a guy screaming into his phone. He's like, I just saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated right in front of me.
Every week is a new episode and a new story.
It was so chaotic.
It's almost like a university on a siege. Listen to and follow Campus Files. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Today, expect a high of 87 with slight showers, becoming partly sunny later.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Back at her 96.5 The Fan, you're over Kansas City Sports. Coming up tonight, Josh Verner at 4:30. Royals in action at 5:40 in Detroit. Go win the series, please. So we'll see what happens. Need that 3-4 hitter to step up.
This can't be true. You talk about those Grillo's pickles we were talking about earlier at the Mets game?
Yeah, the $5 bucket.
They're doing a collab with PBR.
Oh, no.
Pickle beer.
Sure.
I'd be in on that.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds amazing.
It'll be available at retailers nationwide starting on May 4th. I'm going to retweet that one for those at home. PBR and Grillo's pickles. That actually sounds really good. Makes PBR doable.
I don't mind a little patch.
Yeah, I like PBR. It's cheap.
Yeah. It just for me, it's just always tasted heavy.
Okay.
I like hams too.
Another one that just tasted heavy to me all the time. I don't know how to explain the mouthfeel that I get when I drink like a PBR or a Hams. It's just like it's not mine.
Full. One word.
Loaded.
Yeah. Like
no,
it's
it's
just
fair. I don't like that feeling when I'm drinking. Yeah.
That's why the NAs are for me now when it comes to beer, man. Drink a lot of them, and you don't get that bloating feeling. They're great.
And you can drive home.
And you can drive home.
There you go.
And you can wake up.
Yeah.
Your breath stinks. I swear, officer.
That's the biggest concern. Have you been drinking? No, but you smell like a brewery. Well, the Heineken Zeros, man. Yeah, 10 of those.
Sure.
I did have a Coors one that's an NA one over the weekend. Terrible.
Not as good.
No,
Interesting.
Not good
Okay.
at all.
You've been drinking in A's? Yeah, I was just also talking to the president.
Yeah.
So Charles Minahu, remember him? Oh, yeah. I remember him.
When y'all went into the Super Bowl versus the Eagles the second time, did you know, like, our roster is severely outmatched?
No, I thought we were going to dog them. I'm not even going to lie to you.
But you saw they had Saquon, they had AJ, they had Smitty, they had Goddard, they had Lane, they had Mailata.
I mean, okay. I thought we was going to dog them. I thought it was going to be a slugfest, and we was going to get it out at the end, to be honest. Because I knew the only matchup I was like, our line is a little banged up.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, I wasn't tripping on nothing else, to be honest.
They had AJ, they had Smitty. I don't think you heard me. They had Saquon, they had Lane Johnson, they had Goddard.
They played the 49ers the year before, who had Ayuk, who had Debo, who had Christian McCaffrey, who had Fred Warner, who had George Kittle.
That 49ers Super Bowl team was better than that Eagles team.
Whoa. You got to see, Charles, if you say that and that gets clipped.
Well, it did.
Is it hard to say that, though? I mean, if you're looking at roster, that's not a crazy statement at all. No, just because somebody wins a game doesn't mean they're a better team than somebody that lost a game the prior year.
Let me ask the tough question. Better quarterback, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts?
I don't know the answer to that question, but I would probably lean towards Purdy, and I'm a Jalen Hurts apologist. And so
because he lit us up in that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he did.
He did. He was fantastic that day. He was absolutely fantastic, and I'll give his coaches a lot of credit. But when I was listening to that from Charles Amenahu yesterday, and I'm like, damn, that tells you one thing and one thing only: the Chiefs were just not prepared, and that's on Andy Reid. That Super Bowl, when you look back, I pin that on Andy Reid. That ultimately goes back to him having his team mentally prepared, because that sounded like a gentleman who just said, we're just going to throw our hats out there. He sounded like you and I did during that week. Like we didn't even realize who they were playing, right? The three of us when we were down there.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a game on the game doesn't
whatever.
matter.
Yeah.
We'll just get through the game and get to the parade and get to the party and get to all of this stuff that's going to happen. It's one thing for us to have that kind of mindset, but now as you look back and hindsight is 2020, you start to add a lot of this kind of stuff up. And Charles Omenihu, who that tells me that's a guy who was on that team. They did not take the Philadelphia Eagles seriously, it appears, going into that game. They thought they were going to go out there. They beat them in a Super Bowl the year before. They're the Chiefs. It's the 3P, Patrick Mahomes, yada, yada, yada. And it sure seems like the team that actually took the Super Bowl week seriously, as we learned, later, after that Super Bowl, it was the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Sirianni outprepared Andy Reid for that game. And, that's not a shot at Andy. It's not a credit to Nick Sirianni, I don't know, but he outcoached, he outprepared Andy Reid. He had his guys ready to go. These guys on the Chiefs were not ready to go for that Super Bowl, fellas, at all. Looking back now, they were there for the party. They forgot there was a game.
Yeah, they were there for the celebration. They just thought they already had it.
Yep.
You have to earn it, man. That's the whole thing. And Charles, maybe you're even right. Maybe the 49ers were better, Chuck. Maybe you're right. But what you're forgetting, and I think the biggest thing in all this is, were the Chiefs better?
Right.
Because the Chiefs weren't better.
No.
That was a much worse team.
Mm-hmm.
Both on talent, on the roster, what we put on the field, but as we know and as we've kind of peeled back the onion more and more in these last few months, behind the scenes, this team wasn't good either.
Right.
We've talked about the lack of preparedness, the energy. We heard it all season. Just didn't feel up for this game.
Right.
And then, obviously, the coaching staff, the 180 that's taken, and the firings and the rehirings of other guys and bringing back Bieniemy and going to go, okay, we've strayed away from what made us us. And so that's what I would say to Charles. It didn't really matter about the other team. What were you guys doing?
Well, success breeds contentment. It really does.
Yeah,
I mean, when you have all that success, you kind of get, fat and happy. We all do, right? We all get content. Hey, things are going great, and you get fat and happy. And then all of a sudden, something takes a turn, and you're like, oh, my God, what am I supposed to do? I don't know how to prepare for this, or I'm too far removed to get all of this back. And that's ultimately where they ended up. And I think after that AFC Championship game win that year to go to the Super Bowl, who did they beat in the championship game that year? It was
to go
to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Buffalo, right?
Yeah, no, 2 years ago
Baltimore.
was Buffalo.
Baltimore. No, was Baltimore. Was
2
on
years
the
ago
road.
was Baltimore.
Yeah, they beat Baltimore in the AFC Championship game in Baltimore because he went on the road everywhere and won.
Right, but wasn't for was that for the Eagles Super Bowl, or was that for the Super Bowl prior to that?
No, I think that was for the.
See, this is where it blends in because we don't even know anymore. And we're taking it for granted, right?
They beat Baltimore in the AFC Championship game when MVS caught the pass.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Buffalo in the AFC Championship game to go play Philadelphia.
To go play Philadelphia the second time, right?
Yeah.
And so after beating Buffalo again in the postseason, you're probably thinking to yourself, we've just won the Super Bowl.
That was the fourth in one play.
That's right.
Grayson
it was the fourth
came in here all
That's right.
pissed off and
Exactly.
then left the
Yes.
United States.
That's exactly right. Yes. That's exactly right.
Seriously.
It's true. I mean,
He's gone.
You're not wrong. He's living in Portugal now because of that rule.
Talk to you later.
And so when you have those type of moments, you beat Buffalo again, it's hard not to think we've already won the Super Bowl. It's just the Philadelphia Eagles. They've got dysfunction going on. Their quarterback isn't that good. We're going to stop the running back. If we do that, we'll be okay. Oh, my God, they can throw the football.
Yeah.
They didn't even use Saquon.
No.
Nope, they didn't have to.
Didn't have to. Didn't bother to. Didn't want to. Didn't need to. Because the Chiefs went out there with all guns ablazing to stop him, and they totally forgot about the passing game. And so I think if Andy even looks back on that, he probably goes, "Yeah, I probably didn't have them ready to go the way we needed to be," because that's what it looked like too.
I think to take a personal approach to this, I was extremely arrogant.
Oh hell yeah, I was too. I was wearing a sailor's hat.
We sat right next to Hugh Douglas and Philadelphia radio, and I'm sure they heard us like we heard them. Because the guy that does their morning show in Philly was like, this game's not going to be close. And we're like, okay, like, who are you? You're a Philadelphia homer? Okay, that's funny. Well, this guy doesn't think it's going to be close. That's great. What do you guys think the final score is going to be? 35-0 Chiefs. What do you think the final score is going to be? I like the Chiefs in this game, 28-14. What do you like in this game, Mac? You know what? Honestly, I think the Chiefs win this game. They get the three-peat, and it's 21-17 Chiefs in a close one. Whatever it was. I can't remember the full details. Something like that. We didn't even have a scotch of loss. And, I mean, the coffee hadn't dried on Matt Derrick's computer before the game was over.
It was over, yeah.
And it was just one of those things where then everything kind of came out, right? Well, Chris Jones might have had, some stomach issues. Travis Kelce might not have been feeling well. Mahomes might have gotten a little bit of a, blurred vision early in the game, getting slapped in the head and threw a pick six. Once the pick six happened, I was like, this isn't the Chiefs I know. I was like, this just doesn't look great. But again, in my mind of a little bit of arrogance, I'm going, but we've all seen this before. We can't doubt the Chiefs. They could somehow. And then actually, I think when the game was officially done and cooked in my mind, was when one of the most trusted hands in the game of the NFL drops a first down pass that could have kept the drive going at the end of the first half to get more yards to maybe get points. And DeAndre Hopkins looked lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, if this is where we're at, the signs are there. Like, you're going to get blown out, and no one knows it yet, but the signs are clearly there that you're going to get blown out. And It was tough. So, yes, thank you for the stats. 20 carries for 57 yards for Saquon. And I think that's the other thing is, like, the Philadelphia Eagles did a good job of having him stuck in the mind of the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, you got to stop Saquon.
Right.
You got to stop. If we're going to get beat and it's going to be Jalen Hurts, then tip the cap. That's exactly what happened. They hit the home run ball over the middle. Was that Devontae Smith that caught that pass over the middle in the end zone for like 60 yards right out of the second half? And it was like, all right. And I looked at Bob and said, you can close your book. And before I got out of my mouth, he had already put the wrap around it, put the pencil in the slot, and was like, all right, we got about 2 more hours. And it was over.
It was over.
And I think it's unfair to think that it was going to be a blowout, but you also had seen this team over the last 2 years go and win a game with absolutely no reliable source at wide receiver, and then see this team continue to get away with mishaps that worked out, like Joe Tooney swinging over to left tackle in an AFC Championship game. You're like, all right, I mean, here we are.
Right.
But yet they survived. And then it's Philadelphia, and you're like, okay, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts. And then you got punched in the mouth because it sounded like maybe, according to Charles Minihue, they thought they were going to be okay.
They thought they were going to be okay. They thought
Which
they
is
were
okay to have that mindset.
It is, but there's a difference between being confident and being arrogant, And I think at times we all fell into this category with the Chiefs. And maybe the 6-11 was better for us than it was for the organization. Kind of good for everybody to kind of get a hard reset on how the world really works in sports, because I will say this, and I know people will get upset, and I don't really care. There's a lot of new money fans that came on board when this team started winning and had no idea that 6-11 seasons were possible when we were screaming about Lewisburg and apple cider and, watching Marty give away games in the playoffs and watching Herm Edwards stand on the sidelines and Gunther Cunningham yell at Raider fans. Like, we have seen this act before, and so it makes you appreciate what's happening in the winning. It makes you appreciate it that much more. And so for fans who didn't experience that or didn't care because the team was losing and now they're just part of it because it's fun and that there's winning, a 6-11 type of season, that's kind of normalcy in the NFL. It happens every once in a while. And so I think the reset was good for everybody, especially the organization, to realize we do not need to take anybody for granted, or we shouldn't look at anybody that, we're going to be just fine. We got Mahomes and Andy Reid. It's all going to be okay. That should have been a wake-up call. The 6-11 should be a wake-up call that if we don't go to work every single day and bust our ass, there are now other teams in the NFL that are getting ahead of us. And Philadelphia showed that in that Super Bowl, and everybody else showed it last year. I saw a stat for the Chiefs that they were like 0-8 against teams with winning records last year, one of the 4 worst in the NFL. Did not have 1 win against a winning team last year. I mean, that's wild. I mean, that is a pendulum swing from where they were. And so that's why you look at it, you appreciate 6-11. And I mean that with all my heart. Appreciate that 6-11 season and understand that that's possible. And it's more likely than not that we'll see it again at some point in our lifetime. But you don't want to be back there. And it makes you enjoy those moments of winning even more. It's what I've been stressing since 2014 on these airwaves. Enjoy these winning moments when they happen because they're not normal. The normalcy is 6-10. The normalcy is 7-9 with a baseball team. That's normal type stuff. And when they do the abnormal, we have to appreciate it. So I really hope the 6-11 sent a message to everybody that we need to appreciate all of this winning that has been going on here and not get bogged down in the minutia of stuff when you don't need to be in the minutia of stuff. Now, they got to turn it back around this year, and I think they will. I think they'll be just fine. I got all the confidence in the world that they're going to get this thing done.
Somebody says their favorite part of the Super Bowl was the Kendrick Lamar show. I mean, that was the most entertaining part of it. If that's your jam, because there wasn't much entertainment during the game.
No, the game was not.
Now, if you're a Chiefs hater, that was awesome for you because that was just an absolute slaughter.
Oh yeah.
And that's where if you're going to do the 30 for 30 years later, the beginning of the demise of the dynasty, it's that Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl 6-11. What's the next act? It better not be anything worse.
Coach of the year, comeback player of the year.
Yes, exactly right.
Be UConn, man.
Yeah.
UConn. Yep, back-to-back, miss.
Yep.
And you're back
And
in.
you're back. And you're back in there. Yeah.
You're back in.
And a lot of that starts with how you prepare your team for the future. And that is vital with this draft coming up, as they will pick 9 and 29. And our guy of Arrowhead Addict, their lead draft analyst, Price Carter, had his perfect 9 and 29.
I think, like, for me, pick 9, the most, like, lay my head on the pillow and sleep great is probably either Caleb Downs or Ruben Bain, just because, again, that high floor. And then pick 29, depending on what they do at the first pick, if it's Caleb Downs, it's one of those edge rushers I mentioned. I think TJ Parker is my highest graded. He's my edge number 3 in this class because I have Arvo Reese as a linebacker. So if I could get Caleb Downs and TJ Parker, I'm definitely sleeping like a baby. And then if it's Ruben Bain in a corner or a interior defensive lineman, I think the Chiefs need an interior defensive lineman as a sneaky need.
Interior lineman is a sneaky need. Now you have Norman Lott, you have Gelati, Chris Jones, and then what's the other guy they have?
Kyrus Tonga, but
yeah.
Ashton Gelati, can kind of go inside, but more outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they really don't have any interior defensive linemen. I like that note from Price a lot.
Yeah, ESPN had their needs as well for draft and what these teams are going to need, and it was obviously edge, wide receiver, and their third one was defensive tackle as well. And that's not I don't think that is a reach. I think when you look at the defensive line for this team, they need as much help as they can get on that defensive line because, again, really the only proven guy from left to right is Chris Jones. He's really the only proven guy on your defensive line. And so you need all the help that you can get on your defensive line. It makes the rest of the defense better as well. So you have that trickle-down effect.
I just really want them, like we talk about, head to your pillow at night, what you want, D-end wide receiver. And that's where I've been from the beginning. That's where I'm going to stay. I'm not going to do Dusty Mock 3.9 or whatever you want to call it. I just want defensive edge, wide receiver. With all the time you've had and all the realization you have with where you need help, I think those are the two biggest needs. Because I know that we talked about it a couple weeks ago with Rashee Rice coming back and not facing suspension from the NFL or anything like that. I think your Chiefs Take Tuesday on it was like, I don't care what this news says, you cannot steer away from taking a wide receiver in the first round. And maybe it wasn't the first round, but a wide receiver needs to be in the first 2 rounds of your draft this year. Maybe it's that Concepcion kid. Maybe you
KC Concepcion would be awesome.
I keep looking at him too. And it's not because his name is KC. I for whatever reason, it's subconsciously, but I keep finding myself back looking at stuff with that guy.
No, I like him a lot.
I don't know if that's a guy that's going to be there at 29, but he's definitely not somebody you take at 9, I don't think, right?
No, exactly. He's like right in that tweener area of like, okay, well, he makes it to 29. Could he make it to 40?
Right.
He might not get there. Like, it's a little bit of a reach.
But you don't think you have to take him at 9, right?
No, definitely not.
So,
definitely
but at 29, if he's there, will you take him at 29? Yeah, I think so too. Does he make it to 29 though?
That's the question.
Yeah.
And part of that run that'll go on wide receivers
What's your
late
answer?
In the first round. Yes, I think
You
he'll
think
make
so?
it there. I think he'll make it there. And part of the thing is that run that'll go on wide receivers is if he doesn't make it there probably won't be a run on wide receivers again until they pick again at 40. So again, you could maybe go, okay, we can get that edge that we got. We got Ruben Bain, 29. Let's get this corner. And no one's getting wide receivers for 10 picks. Casey Concepcion, he's going to fall. And all of a sudden now he's at 40. And now you've gotten your corner, your edge, and Casey Concepcion. Again, phone known to Casey Concepcion. His name's Kevin Concepcion. KC. We just call him KC Concepcion, Kevin Concepcion. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, so the C is for KC for Concepcion. Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It'll be like calling me BF or him DL or you MM.
What you could do at 29,
awesome.
Price Carter says might be the pick that you trade up.
That's the spot that I come to if the Chiefs want to go in a different direction. Something that I've kind of been pounding the table is like, there's a chance that the Chiefs do miss out on Ruben Bain. There's a chance that they're not able to trade out of this pick because I'm not sure a lot of teams are going to be knocking at the door wanting to get up in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good chance that the best player available at pick 9 is a corner, whether it be Mansour Delane or Jamar McCoy. And then at 29, if they want to get aggressive and trade up a little bit for Zion Young or TJ Parker or Gabe Akis out of Illinois, there's a lot of high-level fits for the Chiefs at pick 29. So that's a stack that I come back to a lot, whether it be corner. I know the Chiefs have been rumored around a tackle. If they want to take that type of player at pick 9, pick 29, edge could be the sweet spot.
So a lot of times when you think they could go early, but there's like a second wave is what Price was kind of telling us, that there's a second wave of defensive edge that could still be that potential player for your team's need at 29, and maybe you send 29 and move up to like 23rd, 24th, if you can do that, and then take that first player, the second wave. If, again, Ruben Bain's not there, and what's the other guy's name? Arvell Reese, is that his name? Not
David Bailey, Arvell Reese.
Yeah, those guys, that would probably be gone inside the top 10 if you miss on that. Then your backup plan. So what they do at 29, do they move back from 9 or do they move up from 29 to be determined?
It's crazy because you mentioned the edge rusher. It's like, it is Ruben Bain. If you're talking edge rusher at 9, it's Ruben Bain, as we've talked about ad nauseum now for months. So really, we're going to know if he's available, if they like him, and if they don't get him at 9, we know. At least I'll say we know what he's doing at 29.
Yeah, well,
that is.
If he's not there at 9, or if he's there at 9 and the Chiefs don't take him, then we know exactly what they think of him. He's not their guy, obviously.
And then they're going Zion Young or T.J. Parker, or whoever it is.
They have to go somebody because you hear Price talk about, and I think even Binkley has mentioned this a little bit later on in the draft. You can build some depth with this, and while you'd like to have one of those drafts where you can build some depth, the Chiefs still need some guys that can come in and play, right? We don't need just depth guys. This is not a fill out your roster and create some depth. This is it. We need a couple of guys. We need at least a day one starter on offense and a day one starter on defense on this team right now. I don't think that's asking a lot. And again, for me, day one is rounds 1, 2, 3. You need to get a starter on offense and defense at least in the first 3 rounds on each side of the ball, one apiece.
Oh, at least. Yeah, I would say.
Like starters, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about contributors.
No, yeah.
I'm talking about day one starters. Yeah. You're going to come in and you're going to be part of the offense. And you're going to come in and you're going to be part of the defense. Those are the type of players that the Chiefs need to get day one starters. And you do have 2 first-round picks. It's conceivable to say at 9 and 29, you better draft 2 starters at those positions in the draft, right? That's the way that I'm looking at it.
100%.
Whose draft's more important to the future of their franchise, the Chiefs or the Rams?
Oh, I think the Chiefs are, because the Rams are kind of F them picks and they live in the moment and they'll just go out and create stuff on the free agent market.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Yeah, their GM styles couldn't be more opposite. Brett Veach relies on this. He has made his bed. He has told us all this is the way he does it. He's really good at this. He hasn't been the last 2 seasons, or at least the last 2 years ago. I won't judge this last year's draft class. But yeah, dude, this is what he's done. So he has to do this. And if not, he's gone.
And the market dictates it as well. Back to the cash and cap thing. You got Stan Kroenke, who's the richest man in the world, owning your franchise. Yep. Hey, Stan, we need a couple extra bucks for a signing bonus to get this guy. Fine, here you go. So it makes it easier for the Rams to correct their mistakes than it would for the Chiefs to correct their mistakes, because they don't have the checkbook the size of what the Rams have when it comes to the cash and the signing bonuses and all that kind of stuff that gets guys to those destinations.
We're going to be at the Brooksider draft night. Everyone should be there. Come watch the first round with us. You're at the Brooksider. Pick number 9. We're on the clock. Who's the guy that you like? You're jumping for joy. You're like standing up. You're high-fiving.
Caleb Downs for me still.
Caleb Downs?
I still think he's the best player on the board. And even talking with Price yesterday about, the safety position, he said, Steve Spagnuolo always likes those smart safeties. And he said Tyrann Mathieu and Justin Reed. And then there was nobody there. I still feel like Caleb Downs is, if he's there, the most logical fit, a day one starter and a guy that changes the entire makeup of your defense, because this team was lost last year without Justin Reed.
Yeah, I want the 2022 Brett Veach draft mind again, as much as.
Give me back my son!
Yeah, mine's Jordan Tyson. That would be my jumping for joy.
Even with the hamstring.
Because I know because that's just my philosophy. If the Chiefs pick him, I know that they've done their due diligence, and I'm trusting that medical staff that's been one of the best in the NFL these past few seasons. But I would definitely stand up and give you a high five for Caleb Downs, Bob. That would be fun. I would love that one.
It would be a great pick. I think at that spot at number 9, and maybe all throughout the entire draft, he feels like the most Sunday-ready player that's there. Like, cut and paste type of player. Yes. Pick and play type of player. I feel like he's that type of guy that you just give him the jersey and give him the helmet and let's go.
What would you do with the money? We'll discuss next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I love talking about my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, and the lawn aspect of things is is unbelievable. It's just remarkable how they have taken our lawn and transformed it into the best-looking lawn on the block. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, we had just a terrible patch of grass in our front yard, and Aspen came in and took over, and they said, we got this. And I said, okay, you're the college-educated professionals when it comes to the lawn, not me. You take over, and boy, did we make the right decision using Aspen Lawn and Pest Control on our yard. They did an unbelievable job, and now we have the best-looking lawn on the block. I drive by it every day and I smile, right? I look at that lawn and I go, man, look how awesome that is. And it's all because of Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. No dandelions this time of year, no weeds, no crabgrass. It's just a perfect front yard. And they help us with the pests as well, keeping the mosquitoes and the ticks and the fleas out of our yard. Aspen Lawn and Pest Control puts that mosquito dome over our house, and we're able to enjoy the outdoors all spring and summer long. Right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application by just mentioning this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
For nearly 100 years, Busey Wealth Management has helped families and businesses make smart financial decisions that stand the test of time. From personalized investment plans to tax strategies that work for you, we take a big picture approach, connecting you with the right experts to help protect what you've built and plan for what's next. Busey Wealth Management, here for every chapter of your financial story.
I know you're kind of like me and you're tired of certain things around the home, right? Well, maybe for you, you're tired of that color of that wall. Or maybe for you, you're tired of looking at the peeling paint on the outside of your home. If your home needs a freshen up, if your inside needs a different color, if your outside needs to be cleaned up, or maybe it needs a different color as well, then CertaPro Painters are the folks that you need to call. And you know what? Stop putting off those projects right now. Just get them done because you'll feel better about it. You'll feel so much better if the outside of your home looks awesome. Or if you go into your favorite room and it's that perfect color, you're going to feel so much better. And CertaPro Painters can help you get there. They're going to provide you a free estimate quickly and at the right price. Whether it's interior or exterior, you'll never have to wonder what's next because they'll provide reliable updates every single step of the way. And right now, ask about their spring sales event for 10% off qualifying projects through May 15th. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro.
Did your HVAC struggle through this rough winter? When it comes to your home comfort, trust the local experts at Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter. Right now, you can save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with our trade-in allowance program. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 five-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee, means you get safe, reliable service and peace of mind. Visit callhamilton.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state, only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, hockey fans, now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's hat trick jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion, then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements.
Draft coverage on 96.5 The Fan is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue.
Hey, real quick, you're the guy for expertise here. We had a...
I am?
Yeah, you'll understand.
Okay.
So we had somebody here, and maybe you, Micah. I know you're listening in Denver. So we had a guy reach out to us earlier. He said he's taking his wife for their 10-year anniversary trip to Denver.
Nice.
They're going to go check out the Rockies game, but then the rest is up to them to figure out, did we have any pointers on what to do in Denver? I've only been once on a bachelor party, so it was all planned out. We went to like field houses, did bro stuff. So I don't know how I can help them, but I don't know if there's things in Denver outside of the Rockies. The downtown district in Denver, you could spend an entire day down there. I know that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Lodo is great. The stadium is spectacular. Go up. There's a bar in right field that they built a couple of years ago. I'd say a couple of years ago now. It was back in, I don't know, probably now, because I remember being out there for a Monday night Chiefs-Broncos game, and I haven't done that in quite some time. I think that was the Mahomes left-handed game, quite honestly, is when I went up to that bar in right field of the Rockies Stadium. And it's beautiful, especially when the sun is setting behind the Rocky Mountains and it's got those purple hues, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous setting. And it's better than watching them play baseball because they're not very good, even though they did have won 6 in a row or whatever it was. But you go up to that bar, have a couple of cocktails, look out over the mountains, look at that sunset. It is really beautiful. If you want to take a trip and go hiking, go hike at Red Rocks, man. My daughter and I did that about a year ago. We went out there for the day for In-N-Out, and we go, let's go hike Red Rocks, and we did that. And so that was a lot of fun. You could do that if you're into outdoor activities. Go up to Boulder and hang out on, I think it's Pearl Street is the name of their little downtown area, and you know, Boulder is an awesome place to hang out. Great restaurants, great bars. It's a college town. You're going to have a lot of fun out there as well. And I always like Colorado when it's not snowing, and so I like to go up to, you know, Winter Park in the mountains and Rocky Mountain National Park and just kind of hike around. That's, you know, those are the type of things that I like to do.
Somebody says the gardens are amazing out there.
Okay.
Dairy Block. I don't know what
I don't know what that is either. Huh?
Sounds kind of
Dairy Block. I've never heard of that.
Have you heard of Dairy Block in Colorado, Denver?
No.
I just love the environment in Denver. Now make sure you got that screen, baby, because you'll get cooked out.
Oh yeah,
Colorado
make sure
mountains.
You wear your sunscreen. Absolutely, yeah.
I got
Alex.
cooked on the first day. Yeah, aloe gold.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, come on now.
He keeps getting. He's like, "Was
every day you put sunscreen on, Alex? It's not just random because you're sitting out in the pool at the apartment complex. Let's go. You're sitting outside at a bar. The sun can burn you outside at a bar too."
He did have a really good take yesterday to start their show because he said the 4-hour rain delay or whatever it was on Sunday for the Royals game. He was like, that's when you want the Crown Club.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you could watch the Masters, you could eat and drink for free, and then, 4 o'clock. Now you can watch the game and you can cut yourself off and wait 2.5 hours and get home safe. I was like, that's actually not that bad of a day to have.
No.
You would think to yourself, like, they're going to call this game and I got my dream seats.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's going to start at 4. You're like, hell yeah, what's Rory doing, man?
Right, yeah.
It's kind of an interesting take. What would you do with $4.5 million if you won the Masters?
Private jet life.
Right away.
Yep. Yeah, private jet life. And the more you and I have talked recently, that private chef life sounds really good too, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like a nutritionist or like a chef or whatever it may be.
The person who's going to come in and make you eat the right way to be the healthiest, you know?
Because our boss, Stefan, he says that he doesn't want the private jet because he hates flying. I'm like, it's a different type of flying. You're like in a private jet.
You're
it's
in
like
a private
comfy,
jet. Like what's he? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
he's Matt said yesterday, he's like, private jet, ugh. I hate flying.
You hate flying, so that's why you would want the private jet.
It doesn't make sense.
You don't have to deal with the people, and he doesn't like dealing with people, you know? Like, so you wouldn't have to deal with the airport. You wouldn't have to deal with any of that. You show up, you get on the plane, and you go. There's no security. There's no shoes to take off. There's no bags to check. Take what you want and go.
Yeah.
I mean, of all people, him to sit there and say he wouldn't want the private jet life because he hates flying? Hell, you hate flying because of the way the airlines are and the way the airport is and the way the people behave. That's what makes you hate flying. It's not the aspect of flying. For me, it's not anyway. It's the people.
So you got to drive somewhere. You got to get out. There's parking. It's a thing. I'm not going to, I'm not saying I wouldn't love a private jet, but
private jet, you
thing.
Park your freaking car in the hangar.
Yeah,
just get on the tarmac and go.
That's true.
And be back by dinner. You could, imagine this. You're going to be hanging hard after your bachelor party.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be hating life. Private jet, back home in an hour, dude.
Right, yeah. You're flying commercial.
Oh,
you're
it'd
up
be incredible.
3 hours before your flight. You're at the airport. You're dealing with TSA. You're dealing with other humans. Then you wait at the gate. Then you fly. And then probably connect somewhere because you can't get anywhere from this place. And then you connect and you sit in another airport for 2 hours. Then your flight's canceled. You could have been home in an hour on the private jet.
Yeah, I'm connecting in St. Louis.
So that's even worse.
I know.
Yeah,
I thought of you when I saw it.
Yeah, that's even worse. I hope they have the smoking cages still over there in the airport. But it's private jet lifestyle, man. Like anybody who wouldn't want that's out of their mind.
Somebody says, flying private, you don't have to deal with someone's emotional support ferret.
Take the week. It's true.
Is that a ferret? Don't touch it.
It's
okay, I didn't play
no
on it.
support ferret. Funny story about ferrets. We had people that we knew growing up, and they froze their dead ferrets.
What?
Yeah, they froze their dead ferrets. They raised ferrets for whatever reason, I don't know, and they died over the winter. They couldn't dig a hole in the backyard, so they froze the ferrets until the thaw of the spring, and then allegedly they went outside and buried the ferrets out back. Now, I don't know why, how, who, what you need the ferret for, unless you're making like a stole or whatever they call those things around your neck, like a fur coat type thing. I don't know that they were doing that. I don't know if they were eating these ferrets, but these things died and these people froze them. And then when the ground thawed, they buried them in their backyard. At least that's what the story was. Parents lied to us all the time as kids. What the hell was that?
Was one of the ferrets' names Bueller?
No, it wasn't. That would have been good. What is your ferret? That is my ferret Bueller. That would have been fantastic.
That's how we'll end it today. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. You can change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. I hope that camera gets on Drew's shorts today. He's rocking some big country Bryant Reeves Memphis Grizzlies shorts over there. I know that I'm hard. As they gear up for Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow with Jay Binkley and Field Yates as we continue to dive through draft week, baby. Have a good Tuesday.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills?
Well, you can. The new year is here. Home values are up, and you have more home equity than ever. Now is the time to put that home equity to work for you. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. Credit card balances are at an all-time high. Why pay 25 to 30% interest to them when you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call? Golden Oak's mortgage rate is 4.5%. We have no fee to apply and no out-of-pocket costs. And if you call today, you could make no payments for 2 months. But don't wait. This rate won't last forever. Imagine how good it will feel to have those bills paid off. At Golden Oak Lending, we can make that happen in as little as 14 days. And if for any reason your loan doesn't close, we will pay for your appraisal. Call today and take advantage of our 4.5% fixed rate. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Lending cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a